hello. How's everyone doing today? And for the UK people, how are you doing in this heat? How are you suffering? How are you surviving? I am definitely suffering a little bit, but we'll make it through. It's only for this week. But who have we got here today as well? We have got AU, hello, and Rooted and Hyper. We are playing Stanley Parable. It's the first time I've played any of them. So I'm really excited. I know stuff about it, obviously. I think everyone does, but I've never experienced the whole thing by myself. So I'm really hyped about it. And we've got Jack as well. What did I get at the pub? I'll go into that in a second. And Laughing Devil, good morning. Thank you for the hydrate. You've been missing my streams. That's okay. Time zones are difficult. But you think it was a good one last time. Thank you. I'm glad you do. I enjoyed the last stream. Say No More was a very, very good game. I enjoyed it so much. You're surprisingly doing okay. Glad to hear. And hey there, big mate. How are you doing? Curse the heat. I agree. I said on Twitter that my chocolate bar has sadly perished to the heat in this room. But I think I've discussed before, it gets so hot in this room. It's hotter in here than it is outside at the moment. I don't want to over-exaggerate, but by a fair amount, like it's noticeably hotter. You walk into the room and you're just like, whew! It's so much hotter in this room. So I do have the fan on. It's not pointed at me. It's pointed away to like circulate the air. But do let me know if it's making the mic sound funny or anything like that, because I can try to turn it off for a bit. And I do have my window open as well. But because of the hot weather, the children from next door are playing outside. So if you start to hear them too clearly, you're welcome to let me know. Obviously, it's more for their safety than anything, because they are very, very young. So I feel a bit uncomfortable with them being like heard in the background, because they're like primary school age. Oh, another hydrate. Let me double hydrate. But the mic sounds fine. Good to know. And hey there, Anna. I hope you're good. And hey there, Doctor. Long time no see. I hope you're doing good. Let me do that hydrate. Give me a second. I will be staying on top of the hydrates today, so I might need to do a BRB to get some extra water depending on what's going on, because I have gotten heat exhaustion streaming before, and we are not doing that one again. I was sick for like 2 days afterwards, so we're not doing that one again. I've learnt my lesson. But AU, you were saying about at the pub, so staring contest. Okay, go. I'm staring. You gotta tell me when you blink. Because I can't see you and no cheating. You've got to tell me. Wait. Staring contest. The fan blowing the air around makes it so much harder. Wait. I'm really struggling. AU talks. You blinks. I win. I win. Honestly, that was difficult. My eyes start to burn and get scratchy. Let me take my glasses off for a second. It has been a minute. I do hope you're doing good, Doctor. I've just been up to my normal shenanigans, so you haven't missed too much, I'm sure. And hey there, Sewer Shark. I am good. I hope you're well. But yes, the pub. I went to the pub. So obviously everyone in the UK knows it's very toasty warm at the moment. And with that, I could not be bothered to cook. So I live quite close to a pub. And when I say quite close to a pub, it's like the next street over. It's super duper close. So I went to the pub. And I got a chicken, bacon, cheese and barbecue sauce wrap. And that's what I had, and it was very, very nice. And it really filled me up, so I'm very glad I did. Because turning on the hob in the oven in this heat, especially because my room is above the kitchen, nearly, it's pretty close to above the kitchen, all the heat's just going to rise up and make it even hotter in this room, and I don't need it. My chocolate's already died. I don't need to join it. Let me put my glasses back on. Give me a second. If you miss any of it, you miss it all. Well, if you're the sort to watch VODs, Doctor, I do put them all on my YouTube, which is the same username as here, just TofuuRabbit. I do stick them all over there, but I know some people aren't into watching VODs after the fact, and I entirely understand that. You've been playing... Oh! Tofu. Ooh. Hey there, Luke. Thank you so much for resubscribing. Very much appreciated. I hope you're doing good today, and I am well, just a bit toasty warm. I hope you're doing good. You decided to oven cook food today. Oh, AU, that's brave of you. Very, very brave of you. And big mate, be careful in the heat. It is quite warm. I understand it's not as warm as other countries, but the English heat is always very humid, and we're also not very good with the heat in general. I know I'm definitely not. I'm bad at it. I'm so bad. Well, dinner was very lovely. I've been a bit naughty lately and have eaten out a bit more than I probably should have, but at the same time, I'm just like, you know what? I deserve a treat. I deserve a treat. So I've been treating myself a little bit lately. Where are we? You'll watch VODs to support, but it's not the same. Yeah, I agree, Doctor. I entirely understand. I think being there in the moment definitely makes a lot of difference. I find the main thing I find good watching VODs for is when I'm working, I find it good to have a VOD like in the background, because at least like the VODs that I watch, they're very consistent volume, so it's quite easy to have it as background noise and like tune in when I'm not concentrating and then tune it out when I am concentrating. So for that kind of purpose it can be quite good, but it depends on the streamer, because if they're a streamer that's quite shouty and screamy and their volume like fluctuates, defeats the point. You want someone who kind of keeps it the same sort of level the entire way through. But beyond that, I can entirely understand watching a VOD in the moment, well, watching a stream in the moment is much more interesting. You do it too, Luke. You gotta treat yourself sometimes, honestly. Especially when it's so hot. It's so hard to cook. Like, I know, it always seems to be a thing when there's like a heat wave, quotation marks, in the UK. But it's different. It's different heat and we don't have aircon. And we're not built for it. It's different. It's different. There's this Australian girl who lives in the UK actually. She's on TikTok. She came to the UK quite recently and she posted on TikTok complaining about how English heat is so much different. And she's from Australia. So if she's complaining about British heat, you know it's saying something. It's been hot in the US all summer. See, it hasn't been hot all summer. We've kind of had like bursts of it, but it's still too much. It's still too much. I think I've said before, I've got my chocolate melting at the moment in here, but I've had other things like melt before. I've had like my bottle of eye cream, like the little nubbin on the end that kind of like lets the cream out. I've had that melt in here before. And I've had glue on things melt before. It gets so warm in this room. It gets so bad. When it got to about 40, I think not that... Was it this summer it got to 40? Either way, when it got to about 40, it got to about 50 in this room. And I was streaming for it, and that's what made me sick. That's what gave me the heat exhaustion. And I think that's entirely valid. Trying to stream in 50-degree heat, I was a bit of a lunatic. I've learnt my lesson. You've gotten into the habit of Twitch, so you mute YouTube instead of pause by accident. Oh, Rooted, I know what you mean. I do the same. Yeah, in this room, it got up to 50 degrees Celsius. Not like Celsius is hotter anyway, but because outside it was like 40 something, but it gets a good 5 to 10 degrees hotter in this room because I've got the hot water tank in here and all of the pipes. I've also got my computer, and it's a sun-facing room, but English houses are made to hold in all of the heat. So it's so much hotter in this room than it is outside. So it gets very toasty warm. It's not that hot right now. It's okay right now. It's still very warm, but it's not like I'm going to be sick kind of warm. I'm fine. But when it was like 50 degrees, I had the window closed so people couldn't like hear the children. And I didn't have the fan going because I was worried about the audio. And I ended up being ill for like 2 days. So don't do it. Take my advice. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not worth it. And when I say I was unwell, I was unwell. I was not good. It is crazy, AU, I agree. When it gets past like 22, it's too hot for me. I can't deal with it. I'm so bad with the heat. But I think I said before in one of my TMI moments that I've said before I've got very sensitive skin and I've got a lot of skin allergies. But in one of my TMI moments, I said one of my reactions is my sweat, as gross as that is. So you can imagine me just like all clammy and in pain, just like ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 ow. So I don't get along with summer at all. I'm very much looking forward to autumn. My blankets are on standby. I've got my Fubuki blanket. I've got my Eeyore blanket. I've got my Pusheen Udi. They're all on standby. They're ready to go. So as soon as September hit and a heat wave came in, I was like, oh man, I was ready. I was blanket ready. But it'll be next week. It's going to cool down next week. Your room has no window, so it's like an oven when your PC heats up. Yeah, Rooted, I can imagine. At least I've got the window, but it still gets so hot in here. I do have the window open right now. It's just like I said, because the neighbours' kids are so young, I don't feel comfortable with them being heard on stream because they are very young. They're like, I think the oldest is like 5 And also that's the biggest details I'll give on it. So I don't want to be broadcasting their voices in any capacity because they're not my kids and they're very young. Do you know what I mean? It feels wrong. So I have cooked myself a couple of times for their safety. Not that they know that. But I will continue to steam myself because I feel better doing that. I think it's right to do that. I'm completely better now, Luke. Don't worry at all. But I am ready for the winter, definitely. I don't like not having a hoodie on. Like, I don't like it. I like having like I think I've spoken about my big Adidas fleece before. That's like 3 sizes too big for me. And it's massive and it's like snuggly. It's got really deep pockets. I really like it. But I can't wear it in this weather. And I want it. I don't like my arms being out. I just want to be swaddled up in my big fleece. That's all I want. So it needs to be about 10 degrees cooler. And then I can swaddle up in my fleece. And then I'm all good to go. That's all I need. And hey there, Charlie. How are you doing? I hope you're good. Rooted, that's what I'm worried about, but I've got my fan on right now, and Anna said it couldn't be heard. I don't have it pointing at me, but I've got it pointing away to circulate the air around. So that could be a benefit for you, just to help it circulate the air around a little bit, because it's definitely made it feel less muggy, because the air's moving. Do you know what I mean? I am doing better, I promise, Doctor. I'm cool. Well, you're cool too, Luke. Is that for Buki Shinko? What, the blanket or the plushie behind me? In which case, yes to both questions. I have all of my VSay friends behind me. No, it can't go anywhere, but it's like I've got my door closed and everything now. It's surprising how much of a difference it makes. Just that circulation. It is the same air, but it definitely kind of just keeps things moving around. It's hard to explain. I don't know the science, but it definitely makes a difference. It definitely does. Hey there, Crusader. How are you doing? And I'm glad you stopped by as well, Luke. I'm happy to see you. Yes, so we've got Buki plushie, we've got Biggs plushie, and we've got Kaiko plushie. We've got the VSay plushies behind me. Always hanging out, ready to go. They're so adorable, aren't they? I think Buki commissioned them all. The artist should be commissioned underneath. But they're so cute. I love them. There was one of me as well, but I thought having 2 of me is a bit weird. But I think Buki's and Kaiko's stream has my one in the background as well. See you later, Luke. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Lurk all you need to. I am going to take a quick sip of my water and then, unless there's anything else I need to say, I can't think of too much. We'll probably pop on over to the game. You saw me on Buki's bed. Yeah, it's so cute, isn't it? It's so fun. I love them. They're adorable. Give me 1 second. I love seeing like any art of my design. Whether it's like commissioned or not commissioned or anything, it makes me so happy to see it, which is why I made the slideshow, because some people have very lovely drawn some pictures, so I wanted to show them off a little bit because it was very kind of people and I love them so much. You mentioned it and they made it gigantic. These ones are shrunk down ones, so the line art stays like quite crisp. So I won't be able to make these ones too big, but I do have big versions saved on my computer. Because I found that if you have quite a big picture and you shrink it down on OBS, it makes the outline like all jaggedy, if that makes sense. So I shrunk them all down in clip paint so that I would be able to not have the jaggedy outlines because I didn't like them. So I've been learning things. I've been figuring it out along the way. But, shall we hop on over to the game? Obviously, we keep on chatting the time anyway. But I'm really excited to play this. I know plenty about Stanley Parable, but I've never played it. So I really want to give it a good go. So let us pop on over to here. Here we go. Now, I got up to this screen and I decided to wait because it did ask at the start, like, is it the first time you've played it? And then it asked me a thing about changing the brightness to reflect like images on the screen. And then I got to here and I was like, you know what, I'm going to wait because I don't know if it's going to throw me straight in. So I don't know if the audio levels are going to be okay. So if it is too loud or too quiet, just let me know. There isn't anything playing right now, I'll tell you that much. But when we get into the game, if it's too quiet, too loud, anything like that, we can tweak it on the fly. But I haven't had access to an options menu yet, so I don't know what's going to happen. But I will change the time to match the clock right now, which is 7:20 p.m. It confused me because it wasn't a 24-hour clock. I'm too used to a 24-hour clock. But it's 7:20. I will confirm. You know this game is a very well-known game. Accessibility settings can be accessed in the main menu. Okay. And then where are we going now? Okay, so now we're at the settings. I've already turned it down in the mixer, so we'll leave it as is. And like I say, we can tweak things as needed on the fly. I will stick my other earphone in. But yeah, like I said, I do know little bits and bobs. And I know that there's a narrator, hence the title. I know there's a very proper sounding narrator, which I'm very excited to hear from. I would like a narrator like that in my life. I think I need that sometimes. The volume's okay. Awesome sauce. It's too boiling. Oh, it's hot, isn't it? And it is indeed Stanley Tofu Parable Tofu time. Tofu Stanley Rabbit Parable time. I guess we'll know for sure about the volume when we begin the game. There's a text-to-speech for this narrator. Oh my goodness, AU, if you know where that is, let me know. I would use that straight up. I would use that so fast. This game is known for inviting a lot of backseaters and spoilers. Ah, well, if there's any lurkers, he might be a bit spoilery. Please do not spoil. If I ask a question, that's different. If I ask a question, you're more than welcome to answer. But I really want to get like a proper first-time experience. So try not to backseat in your excitement. Because I entirely understand it's normally an excitement thing. Because I know this game's really popular. And I want to see why for myself. I'm ready to find out. So let's begin. I'm excited. Let's go on in. So begin the game. I was told it's not too hard to get to the ending on this one.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
He's so proper sounding.
His job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Standard office
Orders
job,
came
got
to
ya.
him through a monitor on his desk.
Yep, standard office job.
What buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day.
That's definitely what
every
my
month,
job feels like sometimes.
And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Good for you, Stanley.
Was happy.
We like a happy Stanley. It's too
And then
relatable.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour.
Okay.
And he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor.
Oh, that's
for
a good
him to
day,
follow.
Stanley. Be happy
No
about
one had
it.
showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Oh, thrive in it, Stanley.
Never in
Easy
all his
day.
years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
Okay.
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Stanley came to work on a bank holiday. Now we've had the narrator and I was talking over it a little. Does that sound good to you? Like, it's not drowning me out. I'm not overbearing it too much either. Does it sound okay? Because I can still do a tweak. But we've got control of the Stanley. He sounds so proper because he does the whole, and then Stanley, he goes down at the end, stepped out of his office. And I sound very proper. Oh, yes. I am a distinguished gentleman. He does that kind of thing. Volume's good, sounds good, perfect, perfect, perfect. Right, so this is our desk. Can I pick stuff up? I can't pick that up. I must be able to pick stuff up. I'm sure I can. Hello? 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 Da-da-da-da-da-da.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe. Has everyone gone to the pub without me? Look, guys, you always forget to copy me into the emails. I've had this happen before, and then you all go to the pub. And I don't know that you're at the pub, but I want to be at the pub. Have you all gone to the pub? Have you all gone to the pub? Have you anything here about going to the pub?
No
Hello?
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Come on then, we'll continue. Hello? 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 Do I need to just continue onwards? I hate Mondays. Me too, Mug. Me too. He even pronounces T's. I do try to pronounce my T's, but sometimes I do let up on them. I do try my best, though.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, Poshman, I will listen. Whee! TofuuRabbit. Exactly. I'll listen to the man first, because I think you're meant to kind of go off the rails a little bit, aren't you? But I'll listen to him first time around. Tips for not getting fired. I need these. Wait.
Either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I need to know. Go back. How do I not get fired? No. Wait. Can you go back a slide? Using slides to ensure employees that everything's okay. Oh, blue graphic in the header. Go back to the first slide. I was making notes. Come on. No. Everyone's unique. You most of all. Cool. Okay. Go back. First slide. I'm very desperate for this advice. Number of slides on this slide. Oh, charts and slides. I do like a good chart. I do like a good slide. Corporation, offices, business. A rate of which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Yes. Market report. Yes. Good PowerPoint, I agree. Oh, so many charts. No, not enough charts. Boss appreciation, of course. Thank you, boss, for giving me a job and not paying me enough. I very much appreciate. Can you go back to the first slide, please? No? Oh, jeez, I'm gonna get fired. Okay, I'm gonna get fired. Ooh!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here.
No, I
so
see
he
some
turned
things.
around
No.
and got back on track.
I see some things. I see a broom. Can I pick anything up? Can I?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow.
No,
just
there's
an
no...
empty broom closet.
What if I just stay here?
No
Can I...
reason to still be here.
I'm just gonna... Can I close the door? Yes! Right. They can't fire me if I'm in the closet. I'm just gonna...
It was baffling that Stanley was still just
No.
sitting in the broom
It's
closet.
they won't tell me
He
how to
wasn't
not get
even doing
fired.
anything.
I'm just gonna...
At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
There is
As
this
it
wrench.
He's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Look, we don't need your business abbreviations like FA. I'm just gonna... There's a wrench. There's like a bucket.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing?
I'm not standing. I'm
Why?
crouching.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I'm crouching. Okay. There's even like a bit of concrete, a bit of cardboard to pee on. We've got a bit of... Oh, there's a bigger one over here.
Realize there's no choice or anything
There's
in
like
here, right?
a big
If I'd
PP
said
bit of
Stanley
cardboard.
walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring.
There's a
it to find
light.
out. But it
There's
didn't
like a...
occur
Is there
to me
water
because
in... Is there water in
literally
here?
this closet
Is there
of
water?
absolutely
There's no
no
water. I'm gonna die of
significance to the story
dehydration.
whatsoever.
No, it's fine. I can
I
stay.
never would have thought to mention it.
It's okay. We're good. That's not a business abbreviation. What do you mean?
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
Could be.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
No. It's interesting. If I stay here long enough, will something actually happen? I'm committed now.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid.
Well, that's just
he
rude.
probably only got the job because of a family connection.
Well-
That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is
I mean, it
addicted
might
to
have been
drugs
drug
and
money.
hookers.
I'm not going to say anything about the hookers, but maybe a bit of drug money. Are we good?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
I mean, maybe.
Got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and we're just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system.
There
and you
is a
collapsed on the
wrench.
keyboard. Well,
There
in situation
is a
like this,
wrench.
the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
I feel like... Oh,
Anyone
hello?
who happens to be nearby, the person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place.
'Cause that's how it
making sure
works.
they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
Hey there, Jester. How are you
When
doing?
you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Look, you can't be doing all of this dialogue and have nothing happen. There must be something. You did not record all of this dialogue just for the hell of it. This wrench landed on me. I am now dead. Come and remove my corpse. Rip, I am dead. 07, all of that sort of stuff. You're doing good. I'm glad to hear it. Is there any more dialogue? Or is that the last bit? If that's the last bit, I will go. Did you get the broom closet ending? He has gone quiet. Mr. Narrator? It's very quiet about you here. I don't like it. Am I? Oh, I don't want to give up though. I'm committed to this now. That's the last dialogue. Ah, me. Come on then.
Second player. It's good to have you on board.
Player
Again,
2.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You're going on holiday to Portugal in an hour. Well, have fun and happy travels. I hope it all goes well. Ooh. Executive bathroom. Ooh. Hello? Did I miss a bit of dialogue? To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. Ah, okay. Do. Oh, I could have stepped back in. Maybe next time around we can. So what's this way? That way's locked. This must be the big boss office. Go look at this room.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Well, what's the
And so the
password?
boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
Okay,
But of
2,
course, Stanley
8,
couldn't possibly have known
4,
this.
5. Genius!
Incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code
It's dark.
by sheer luck. Amazing.
Okay.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Hello? Hello? Ooh. Hello? Okay. This does not... Oh, this looks horrible. It's so dark in here. Oh, jeez. Come on, then. Oh, that's not foreboding at all. That's so lucky. I'm the luckiest. I do have 2 rabbit feet, so you know.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest.
Anxiety,
as though he felt
I'm
more
familiar.
free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Okay.
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Or I could just stay here. No, come on then. We'll go. Ah! Okay, we'll go.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape. Mind control facility. Escape. Mind control facility. Escape. Mind control facility. Escape. Escape. Mind control facility. Mind control facility. Psych! Escape! Run away!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Worth it! Let's go!
The door behind him was not shut.
It's okay.
Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No, they spent too much on that sign for it
At
to
this
not be a
point,
mind control
Stanley
facility.
was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward.
Yep.
And willingly confront his death.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. It's only death. Let's go! Death is indeed an escape, technically. You know what? Wait. Geronimo! Whee! You do not spend that much money on a sign, and it's doing anything other than mind control, so I'm gonna risk it. I live! Haha. But where am I now? Oh, this does not look
As the
good.
machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer
It's a
to
death
his
machine!
demise, it
Wait.
reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Yeah.
Stanley
Yeah.
can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
I've only
Perhaps
seen
his
so
death
much.
was of no great loss, like
Oh.
plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Oh.
And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Wait,
Farewell,
wait.
Stanley.
Any buttons? Any buttons? Any buttons? I'm gonna die! Ah! I live!
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body.
Yeah, feels like
killing
it.
him instantly.
Whee! I live! Take that, suckers! Whee! The
And
Stanley
yet it would be
Parable.
just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Ooh! Is this heaven?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Was I? I was pretty sure I was breathing and stuff. Narrator's narrator. Stanley's computer. Office layout. The blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path that from Stanley's office to the two doors. There was part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Hey there, Eamon. How are you doing? It's too hot. It's definitely warm. I hope you're staying hydrated. Be sure to look after yourself. The office. Button sounds. Ooh. This one's my favourite. Burp. Burp. Bup, 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 bup. Bup, bup, bup. This place might contain spoilers for other endings. Oh no, did I do something in the wrong order? Well, there's credits, so well done. Well done, people. You did very good. I probably won't realise until I encounter them, though, right? Dee-dee-dee-dee. Walls? Okay, I'm guessing that's a spoiler. I'm going to leave that one alone. Anything that looks like a spoiler, I'm going to kind of skip over it. It's very weird in here, though, isn't it? Do you look like a spoiler? Do you look like a... No, you're not. That's where we were. Okay. That kind of looks like a spoiler. What's this? Oh.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Can I flip it? I broke
Can you
it.
see? Can you see how much they need one another?
I need
No,
you.
Perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
We have like a red ribbon of like faith tied around our pinkies.
But
Faith?
listen to me.
Fate.
You can
Yes.
still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
Ah.
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now. It'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't
Do it.
let time choose for you. Don't let...
Oh, I actually died that time. Do it. Right, now what? Now what? I'm going to take a quick sip of my drink. Ah, I'm back. Right, so I guess we leave again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Mm-hmm.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Meeting room. Meeting room. Can I go into any of these rooms? No.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in
Come
the
on in.
office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Hello? Everyone's leaving such a mess everywhere, aren't they? TofuuRabbit.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right. We're going to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
It's fine.
And Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I did know.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Maybe I want a coffee. Maybe I want a coffee. Maybe I want a coffee. Coffee? Why is it?
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really
Coffee?
been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Why is the vending machine like down a step? Why is there a random step? That's such poor design. I wonder how many people have tripped up on this.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
Look, there's a vending
Room
machine.
so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished,
125 for a
here you
drink.
sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really
Rip
worth
off. Rip off 125 for a drink. Especially if it's a can. 125. Psh,
it. At this point,
ridiculous.
Stanley's obsession, but at
I'm
last
gone, I'm
he had
gone.
enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Let's get down to business. I can wait a little bit to defeat the Huns. Ooh.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Well, you wouldn't show me the slideshow on how not to get fired. I don't know the steps. If I saw that slide and it said follow the instructions, I would have been fine. But you wouldn't show it to me. Do not jump from the cargo lift when it's in motion. Will cause death. Oh, you get charged a lot for dying, though. Come on in.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Maybe.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
It can be,
but
yes.
The fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all
I'm
this
making my
time.
own story.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Who?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
But you said it was my
I'm
story.
not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's she? I don't know who you're talking about.
This
It's
is
my
it,
story.
Your chance to redeem yourself.
Nah.
To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Nah, it's okay. I'm good.
She's
I'm
been
over her.
waiting.
I'm over her. I'm over her. Oh, door closed. 140 for a can where you work. Eamon, that's ridiculous. You may just buy them from the Sainsbury's on the way in. Like, I know they've gone up in price, but dear, look, that's very dark. Oh! Where am I? Keep on going forwards, keep on going forwards. Hello? Oh!
That's
Oh.
her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
This is a lot of effort.
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Can I leave? No? Come on then. Hello? Why should I take you back? What did you do? Did you cheat on me? Was it a mutual decision?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Ooh, bread.
All right. Okay, there we go.
You would have unplugged the
All right,
phone.
now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh no. Oh, you're mean.
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
I mean, I
Who want to
hoped.
commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Well, you made me think I had a wife and everything. You're still beautiful,
This
darling.
is a
It's
very
not your
sad
fault.
story about the death of a man named Stanley.
So I left my wife behind. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. My lovely Mrs. Stanley wife, you are gorgeous. You are beautiful. Though your furniture arrangement leaves a lot to be desired. We can work on that. It's a very small apartment, but I got to go to work now. I love you. Mwah. Have a lovely day, and I will see you after work.
Stanley is quite a boring
Okay.
fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Mood. Press L.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button.
It's all for my
Now
wife.
He's eating lunch.
It's all for my
Now
wife.
He's going home.
Yes.
Now he's coming back to work.
Unfortunately.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
The life chose me, Mr. Narrator. I got bills to pay.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures.
That's what you hope for when you
From
work a
behind
job.
his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
Can I stop staring at my wife's naked body? Can we put clothes on her,
discoveries of new
please?
lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he
I'm just
returned
gonna
to work
avert
was
my
a
gaze.
reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Have your
First, he
clothes on yet?
imagined that
Nope.
one day
Okay, it's
while
gonna.
at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Okay. Press V to spend some time with the boys and get a cheeky Nando's.
So he went further.
Are you clothed
He
now?
imagined that
No.
he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At
Uh-huh.
last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press Q to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Press R to tell your kids a story. Hey
It
there,
was
Reen,
such
how
a
you
wonderful
doing?
fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be?
Mustn't there
Perhaps if he
be?
played just one more time.
I've already told her I love her. Now, I'm going to have to look up here because you're still not dressed, are you? So, Mrs. Stanley Parable, I do
But there
love
is
you.
no
But you're
answer.
gone.
How could there possibly be?
She left
In
me.
reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets.
I'm just heartbroken
the more
now.
he
Like,
forgets which life is the real one.
my mannequin wife left me. Where? My mannequin wife.
And I'm
Right,
trying
come
to
on
tell
then.
him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
This
He
desk
won't
is very
listen to
poorly
me.
arranged in
He
this
won't
room.
stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the
Mm-hmm.
next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. You said don't do it, so I'm not doing it. She left and took the kids. Well, I'm not paying child support. I didn't hear about any of this before she left. I wonder how long we'd need to not press this button for it to do something. I'm guessing the idea is that we do press it, and then he's all like, haha, see, you can't not press the button, because it's all you know. All you know is pressing the buttons, Stanley. It's all you're good for, Stanley. All you do is press the buttons. But no, I'm more than pressing the buttons. Sometimes I do not press the buttons. So I'm going to wait right here. I don't need to press them. It's all good. It's all good. I can wait here and not press the buttons. Or, it's tempting me though. I don't want to wait here for ages. How long will I need to not press the buttons? Tick, 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 tick. I am guessing I am meant to be pressing it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it. There's no secret. I mean, come on
You
then.
see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
What do you see? I question
I
nothing.
can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Maybe this
And
time.
I tried again.
Oh,
And
sure.
Stanley pushed a button.
Give me a
And
second.
I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button.
There we go.
And I tried.
There we go. Cool, I did it. Hey there, Pikachu King. How you doing? Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, is my wife at the desk? Hello, Mrs. Stanley Parable. Love you. Right, we're back again, are we?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Right, we'll go to the meeting room again. Unless anything's opened up anywhere. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, does this look different? Awaiting input. Right, it's not doing anything more, so maybe next time I need to do it again. I'll need to remember that. Okay. Whoop. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'll go left. Maybe I'll be able to find out how not to get fired this time. If I'm quick enough. Ooh. You got a headache? Well, make sure you stay hydrated.
Yet there was not a
Ooh,
single
talk
person
less.
here either.
Do unbelievably
Feeling a wave
amazing
of
work.
disbelief, Stanley decided
Don't
to
get
go
fired.
up to his
Okay.
boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Hydration is very important. Make sure you stay hydrated the best you can. Whee! Can I come back in here?
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be
Yes,
part of this.
again.
I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not
No,
going to
no,
say
no, no.
anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it
Cool.
is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
I will. I'll take my time. I'm going to come over here and stare into this bucket. Hello, bucket. Oh, you're filthy in there. Let's look somewhere else. I want to know if I can grab anything. I know I probably can't, but I want to grab something. We can chill in here, narrator man. Let's just... Here we go. And I'm going to take a sip of my drink while crouching. I feel like something has to happen on one of the rounds. Like, I don't know if it gets unlocked at a later date, but I feel like if you come in here enough times, something has to happen because there was new dialogue. Whoop.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Let's go down this time. No further on this round, but on other rounds there probably is, right? Because it gave different dialogue, so it suggests giving it another go. Okay. What's down here?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished?
I'm
His
living
boss
life on
would
the
think He was
edge.
crazy.
Maybe.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
I did think
Why
about
did
that.
doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Yes!
He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone.
Okay.
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Means I can do anything I
Thought
want to.
himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
Okay.
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
And why are the rooms
Now
repeating
the voice was
themselves?
describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Why are the
I'm
rooms repeating
dreaming about a
themselves?
voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
No, the rooms are
hearing the voice
repeating
speak these words
themselves.
was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Okay.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on
I
his
did.
back,
I got an achievement saying there's
the
no
fresh
jump.
air
I
of the
keep on
world
trying to
outside
jump.
this one.
It's such
Let me
muscle
wake
memory
up,
to do it.
he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job.
Yes,
Let
push
me
those
continue
buttons.
pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment.
I
and
want my
wife.
wife.
And my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am
I'm okay. I'm okay. Dang it! I'm still here.
Stanley began screaming.
Oh, there you go. Same as me.
Someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please,
I'm real.
just someone tell me I am real.
I'm real.
I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I?
Help.
Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. And just that I saw your message. Be careful with the spoilers. It's my
This
first
is the
time
story
playing.
of a
But I
woman
understand
named
people are
Mariella.
excited. Oh. New person.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked
rip.
to her place of work. But on
Are
this
we
particular
dead?
day,
It's okay,
her
Jester,
walk was
don't worry,
interrupted
don't
by
worry.
the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people
That's
are.
true, we are real.
And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
Good thing I'm
I
not
am
crazy.
sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what
She's very
isn't.
much contemplating this
It
dead
was
body.
comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that
Oh, yeah,
day.
forget the dead person. You've got a
Very
meeting.
important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
Yep. Forget the
She
dead
had
person.
no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
I've not played any of them before, Jester. I've seen videos, obviously, so I know bits and bobs. I know the general idea, but I've never experienced any of them myself. This is a complete blind, brand new, beyond like the odd YouTube video sort of situation. But I know people really love this game, so I understand that people get excited. So just try and refrain, but I know some bits and bobs will come out, don't worry. If the narrator is now describing their thoughts now, is it going to narrate her life until she starts questioning reality too? Is the narrator a mind parasite? Maybe they are. Maybe someone put something in my coffee. I have questions.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
So
he
where was
simply
the
missed a
computer
memo.
that had this? Oh, is it? Wait. Was that an office shorter? I'm sure there was an extra office before.
No matter how hard
Wait,
Stanley looked,
wait.
he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
No, I know, but there was a different room last time. There was an extra room last time. There was an extra room last time. Where's the extra room gone? I've lost a room. Don't worry, Jester, don't worry. I have definitely lost a... Am I going crazy? I'm sure there was an extra room. Because there was a computer that said, like, input, and it was, like, over here. Ooh, this is confusing me. Oh, there it is. We're okay. I found the room. Nope, I'm not losing my mind. Though this computer's not doing it now. Oh, it's over here this time. There we go. I forgot there was a corridor. Unless the corridor was new. I think this game's already messing with me and we've not started
When
yet.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Whee!
he entered the door on his left.
Right, we'll go around this way again. And we'll go to the mind control facility this time. But I do need to go
Yet
to the
there was
broom
not a
closet
single
first.
person here
Yep.
either. Feeling a
Yep.
wave of
Aww.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's
No,
office,
no.
hoping he might find an answer there.
Let me in! Let me in! I want in the broom closet. Let me in. Let me in, 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 let me in. That's so mean. Ah, so cruel. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. Mind
Coming
control
to a
facility.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whee! I'll be back. I'll be back.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud.
What was the
to
code
nobody.
again?
He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf.
That wasn't it.
Looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation.
That was
But
not
his
it.
attention was caught by a keypad behind
What was
the
it?
boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
Oh, close. Okay.
But of
2,
course, Stanley couldn't
8,
possibly have known
4, 5.
this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Onwards.
He
Right, we're going to
stepped
go
into
to the mind
newly
control
opened
facility this time.
passageway.
Ooh. I'm going to take a sip of my drink while we go down the lift. You can remind me next time, thank you, Hyper. I'm not good at remembering numbers. I've had the same mobile number for, like, 15 years or something at this point, and I've only just recently memorised my own mobile number. I'm not good. I am not good. I always had it written down and stuff like that. Ooh.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I said I was doing it. Come on in. Mind control. This looks like, is it Cerebro from X-Men?
The lights rose
It definitely
on an
looks like
enormous
Cerebro
room
from
packed with
X-Men.
television
That's what it's
screens.
called, isn't it?
What
Where, like,
horrible
Professor
secret
Xavier
did this
sits here.
place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
And, like, tracked mutants. And I think in one of the movies, they filled it with, like, black sludge or something. So black sludge went into Xavier's head. Who remembers their number? Exactly, Hyper. Hello? Ooh! Oh!
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Oh,
Their
no.
true nature revealed.
Fired!
Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Okay.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
427. Where are we? 427. We're there. You got to think, how many times a day do you show up on a CCTV camera? They're there for people's safety and stuff like that, but you never think about how often you show up on one. Do you know what I mean? Yep. Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
No more!
No.
I'm escaping.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't
Does look
accept
cool though, doesn't
his
it?
own life in someone else's control. Never.
Never.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had
Plot
he truly
twist.
spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
It's like a rave. Insta. Right, where are we? Where are we? Are we going this way?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Oh no!
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
So you're 1, 2. It's very dramatic, but he very much does the English well-spoken gentleman thing where his voice dips at the end. He's like, he always goes like da 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 da. He does it like with every sentence. There's 5. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just once you start noticing it, it makes you giggle a little bit. What are the other numbers? Well, there's 1, 2, and there's 5. I need to find 3 and 4. Facility power. Mind controls. Idle awaiting input. Ooh.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Oh! I shut my brain down. My singular brain cell is gone. Least sophisticated. I think he sounds very sophisticated. He sounds very Oxford
Flattened.
educated.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Is it over?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Okay.
And yet, even as the
It's
immense
going very
door
slow.
slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how
We need to
many
share that
puzzles
brain
still
cell.
lay
Do we all get them
unsolved.
for different times of the
Where
day?
had his co-workers gone?
Like I get them
How
on
had he
like
been freed from
when
the
like on
machine's
Tuesdays
grasp?
at like
What other
3
mysteries
p.m.
did this strange
and someone else
building
gets
hold?
them for like
But as
5
sunlight
p.m.
streamed into the
We
chamber,
share the brain
he
cell.
realized none of this mattered to him. For
looks so
was
lovely
not
outside,
knowledge or
though.
even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Sometimes you need to let
No
go.
longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Can I go? Can I
Stanley
go?
stepped through the open door.
Can I? Can I?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new
This is going to end
path
up being a
before
trick
him.
though, isn't it?
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
I'm waiting for him to go, psych!
Stanley was happy.
You're back in the office. Psych! Oh! I just got an achievement that said beat the game. That can't be right. Complete the Stanley Parable. That's definitely not right. Right, we're back here again.
All of
The
his
room has
co-workers
changed,
were
though.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Whiteboard
missed a
ending.
memo.
Dog mode. Oh! The achievement I got confused me for a second there. Can I get into any of these? Can't get into that one. Can I
Stanley
get into
went
this
around
one?
touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single
Congrats
difference.
on the
Nor
whiteboard.
did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, it keeps on barking now because I ticked dog mode.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's go back this way again. Hey there, warrior, how you
This was not the correct way
doing?
to the meeting room.
It's
and
not.
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Wait, if I go back.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee
I
lounge
can't go back.
first, just to admire it.
I was going to check the broom closet. We'll have to do it next time. That dog's going to be barking the entire time. Why did I click that? Why did I click dog mode?
Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room.
Yes.
What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Okay, come on in. Continue.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Well done, Stanley. I didn't go this way last time. Should I go this way?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
What's this? Haha! I escape. Take that, narrator man. I escape.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the
No, I
office.
didn't want to go back to the
He wanted
office.
to wander about and get even further off track.
Yes, I did.
So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here,
Buck.
it's, left.
Buck. Oh, you've opened the door now. Okay, cool.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Dip, 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 dip.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute? Let's see.
Narrator, where am I going?
Left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now.
You got it?
This story is absolutely, definitely
This way. Thank you. You better be telling me the right way, because I can bark now. Oh, well.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
The barks echo in here.
Back to, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
From the top. Do I lose the barks? You can never escape the dog. No, I still got it. Oh, heck yeah.
All of his
Oh,
co-workers
so
were
silly.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There we go. Turn that off. They're going to regret giving this to me. Is there a way for me to turn it off again? Which computer has the input on it now? Oh, none of them do. Oh, wait, is it this one? No, none of them seem to have it. Was it one of them over here? Has it moved to one of these ones? No. I should have never clicked that dog button. I can see that the broom closet's open again. Now I can go and bark in the broom closet.
When Stanley... Wait, what?
What?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley,
I mean, I'm barking.
did
Something
you change
changed.
anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
I mean, I made
It was
myself
right here
bark,
just a
so I did
minute
write
ago.
that bit.
I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Let's find a story, but I can't go through that one. Oh, I want to find the story. Oh, but where's the broom closet? Wait, is the broom closet still through here? Broom closet? Broom closet? Broom closet? Oh, that one, that goes back over there. So does that one. That goes somewhere. Broom closet. Broom closet. Broom closet. I'm going to have to dedicate to a door. This is a fun story route.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
Well, there isn't now. Bad
Do
dog.
we restart the game again?
I'm
Well,
not a
I find it
bad
unlikely
dog.
that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No. Oh, man. I'm the bestest of dogs. Good doggo. There you go. I thought they would revoke it from
All of
me,
his
but they
co-workers
haven't.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
He is a bit of a butt, isn't he, warrior? Right, can I find the input screen? No, it's on none of them again. I can turn off this one now. I'm never going to get over that bark. Right, let's go. Oh.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
Well, you're the one writing it.
This wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Sure. There's nowhere else I can go. Hey there, CJ. I'm good. How are you doing? I'm just going barking mad, quite literally. Oop. I'm barking over the narrator. It's because he keeps on being a butthole. Should I stop barking over the narrator? The problem is if I misclick, it barks. Right, let's go all the way back.
I
Oh,
knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
here it comes.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
I need to look up who this guy is because he does sound very familiar. But I don't know if it's just because he's got a stereotypical posh man voice. I don't know, but he does sound familiar.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
No.
Is this the story?
I mean, you
I
wrote
don't
it.
think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
I think so.
Do you remember, Stanley?
Kind of.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
I did it!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So,
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
No, you said it now.
Both
You
know
wrote
you
it.
didn't put in any actual work for
I
that
put in
win.
so much
Some
work.
people win fair and square, and this was not one of those
It's not my
situations.
fault you don't know how to write a story.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is.
It is a bit
I don't
weird.
care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
Man. You recently remade one of your old song covers? Oh, wow. I'm sure it turned out good. I shouldn't even say hope. I'm sure it turned out great. You couldn't resist saying bad dog, but I'm a good dog.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
TM.
Just follow the line.
TM.
How simple is that?
TM. Okay. Well, I'm going to go off the line just for a second so I can check all of this. And I'm going to turn off this monitor because it's wasting electricity. Protect the environment and all that. And then I'll follow the line. And I'll check all of these monitors for the same reason. Got to protect the environment and all that. Let me just scan around. Turn off this one as well. Oh, the line's going somewhere else this way. This way, this time, this way. This way, this time. Well, I'm following the line. Okay. Kevin Brighting. I've not heard of him. I'll need to look up his
You
IMDb
see,
or something.
The line knows where the story is.
I like how it
over
goes
in
around
this
the
direction.
boxes.
Onward,
Ooh.
Stanley, to destiny.
To Destiny!
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination?
Yes.
Even if there's no story there?
Yes.
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Yeah, go for it.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is, in fact, a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office,
I'm following.
is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
Sure.
Whoa.
Why
Hang
not?
on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize.
It's okay.
Not sure where
You
I
gotta
was
do what you
going
gotta
with
do.
all that.
Your line's getting a bit wibbly
I
wobbly.
think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Go for it. Your line's gone a bit crazy here. Are you sure you're okay? I'm following your line. Adventuring and following the line. Swerve around the filing cabinets. I think he's losing it a little bit. Oh, we're just going round in a circle. Adventuring through the office
Cut the
build.
music.
Oh,
Go back and look at that fern.
okay.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Ooh.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Now, I'm a dog. Should I pee in it? Narrator? I could pee in it, then I'll remember it because I'll smell it. I can't jump though, I've tried. I can kind of like, wait, if I angle myself right, and then like pop a little bit of a squat. Wait for it. Don't look, everyone. Avert your gaze. I'm doing business. Okay, cool. Let's go. I'll recognise it later, I'm sure. Oh,
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh,
Oh, no, not again. Line,
You're
how
the
could you have done
writer.
this to us? And after we trusted you. After
Line
everything we've
TM,
been
how could you
through,
do this?
Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
you're the author. I need to look up this guy quickly. Wait a sec. Because it's going to bug me. What was his name? Kevin Brighton. I'm going to quickly do this now before I forget. Ah, if my phone wasn't starting, it's just had an update. Come on, phone. Come on, phone. Here we go. Come on, phone. You can do the thing. Come on, phone. Here we go. Kevin Brighton. I just want to know if he's been in anything that I know. He probably hasn't been. He probably just has a stereotypical posh man voice. And that's probably what he's known for. Do you know what I mean? He was in an episode of Doctor Who, but I'm not going to recognise him from that. Let's be real. See all. Any of these I recognise? No, he's just got a stereotypical posh man voice. He fulfills his task very well. Right, we need to turn off our monitors.
You know what, Stanley?
Oh.
I say forget the adventure line. What's
TM.
it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious.
I mean, you're the writer.
This all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Sure. Can I open this door? No. Okay, let's go. Onwards.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
An adventure flying through space.
Oh, no, not you again.
TM.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from
TM.
having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or
TM.
monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it.
TM.
We should be fine.
You got to acknowledge the trademark. Follow the line. Da-da-da-da. Follow the line TM. Oh, I can't go up there. Ignore the line TM. Da-da-da.
Ah, a choice.
Ooh.
We get to make a decision.
Okay.
From here, the story is in our control.
Okay.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
You can
Just
think.
walk in circles for a minute.
Oh, wait, this way round. Cool.
Okay,
I was
so
already
know
doing
that
it, but I'll go
each
the other
door has
direction.
to lead somewhere, which means that
Clearly, I'm
somewhere
very
at the place
pigeon-brained
where we're
ready for
trying
him.
to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
Depends where we're
And
going.
since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Okay.
Another victory for logic.
Hooray!
Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Okay. Oh, the confusion
What's this?
ending.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really
That's
how
what it says.
all this goes?
And you get to go away as well.
All determined?
I die
So
eventually,
now,
though.
according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind
It says
goes
you forget.
blank simply
Narrator
because it's
forgets
written
about
here on
previous.
This thing, wall. Well, who consulted me?
Not me.
Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this?
Why don't either?
No, it can't be.
We're in this
I
together.
don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
We're all in this together. Oh,
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
you did.
How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
Okay. Hey, the digital,
guess
how
now
you
we just
doing?
wait.
The
You know,
bookstore?
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree?
I mean,
I'm not
kinda.
quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
I mean, eventually. Let me
Well,
just...
in the meantime, if you...
Oh! We lose. Oh, the line TM has disappeared. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
Oh, it's on the list of
Perhaps he had
events. I
simply missed the memo.
see. Turn off save the environment. And where's the other one? Save the environment. There you go. Onwards. It's a new content. I want to go to the broom closet first. I'll be back for the new content. Okay, give me a second. I want to see if the broom
When
closet's
Stanley
okay.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Broom closet, I'm coming for you. I'm already going to be
Yet there was
fired. Don't
not a
worry about
single
this. It's all
person
good. I'm
here
trying my
either.
best. I'm going to go
Feeling a
through.
wave of
Aww.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Right, I just
hoping he
can't
might
use the
find
broom
an
closet
answer there.
anymore.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm going to go down here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left
I'm just
his
going to have to
post
repeat
during
this
work
one
hours.
quickly, it
He
looks
might
like.
be
I was hoping
fired
the
for
broom
that.
closet would still be
And in such a
open.
competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished.
I can't
His
bark
boss
anymore.
would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
I want to bark.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
I am crazy.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
We've already heard all of this
For
bit. I don't know if it ends up being
example,
different
why
if you do
couldn't
it
he see his
again.
feet
It's a full
when he looked
repeat. That's what
down?
I thought.
Why did
So we're just going to have to
doors
blaze
automatically
through this
behind
one,
him
and I'll know
wherever
not to
he
do it
went?
again. I
And for
just
that
wanted to
matter,
check out the
these
broom
rooms
closet.
were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself. This is all...
Quick reset in the menu. We'll begin the game again. Does that still keep my progress? So I don't want to lose my progress. Whoop. I mean, I'm guessing that will just take us back with the same. You keep your progress. Come on then. That's good to know. Right, we'll go to the new content this time.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped
Oh,
coming
that's new
in?
dialogue.
How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
I can hear a noise. That's definitely a new bit of dialogue. Turn off this one. New progress! Coming in, new content.
Oh, new content?
New
What does
content.
that mean, new content?
New content. Okay. Let's go! Let's go! Hey there, Watersaw, how you doing? New content! Woo! Woo! What's crack-a-lacking? Not much. I'm just losing my marbles and I'm very warm. I hope you're doing okay.
Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that
Ooh, look at that
expands
juicy
the world of
content.
the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
It's very meta, isn't it? Caffeinating before a long day, well, I hope today
Step
treats you
inside
well.
and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Yay!
Well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Yes! Whoop.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet.
New
but I'm sure
content!
it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Woo! We're going anywhere.
Is it broken?
Oh.
What's going on here?
Hello?
Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh,
Oh.
there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it! Da, 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 da. Exciting! New content.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious.
Mostly
It's as if
tedious?
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me
Content.
the content, Stanley.
Give me the content. Oh my goodness. Okay.
All right, let's see. It's the jump
You can jump
circle.
now. Let me get my jumps in. Get them all in. Jump circle, jump circle. Wait. I can save the jumps. I don't want to use them all up. So if I go out here and... I can't jump out here though. Do I need to use my jumps up? Do I need to save my jumps? Maybe not. Okay, let's go. Jump, jump! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0! I can save them for later. Well, I've used them up now. Thank you for the new content. Okay, onwards. Amazing.
Is that it?
It's great.
Surely that's not all the new content.
You know
There has
what?
to be something else, right? Goodness.
Narrator.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
Narrator.
It's just elevators and jumping. Is
If
this
it-
what passes for exciting
Narrator?
new content?
Yes.
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's
If
20
it-
hours of new
He won't stop
content
talking.
right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Narrator, if this game was made by EA, they would charge you £40 for the Jump DLC. Oop. Do-do-do-do. I can just see that sign. Can Lungan, have I pronounced that right? Thank you so much for the raid though. I hope you well and had a lovely, lovely stream. And I hope you enjoyed League of Legends. And of course, welcome on in raiders as well. We are experiencing Stanley Parable for the first time ever in the Ultra Deluxe version. Stanley came up upon a set of 2 open doors. Instead of entering either one, he found the nearest flower pot and pooped in it. Lovely raid message. No, I hope you had a lovely stream. And welcome on in Rogue Claw as well. Obviously, Karen, if you need to, make sure you get something to eat, something to drink. Make sure you look after yourself after your stream. If you need to go away and do anything, I entirely understand. But if you want to hang around, you are more than welcome. I would love to have you. And Rogue Claw, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you. We have been thoroughly enjoying this so far. It's my first ever experience with any Stanley Parable-like content. So I'm having a wonderful time arguing with the narrator. It's been a lot of fun. And you had a lot of fun on your stream. I'm glad to hear it. We're enjoying all of the new content.
That's
Look at
it?
this.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make
this is a very nice sign.
And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it.
It's beautiful. Look at that
I'm looking
handwriting.
right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this?
Please
I'm
ignore.
infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter.
It's
and
not
hold
Twitter
them
anymore.
Personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content.
You did.
I'm
You got
afraid.
too excited
It could
for
never
it.
have lived up to such expectations.
You hyped it up too
If you're
much,
still with me,
narrator.
why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
You're in control
No
here, boss.
frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Come on, boss.
What do you say, friend?
Are we friends now? I'm down. Okay. You played League and went on a tangent and talked about a lot of different things. You may have not... Oh, no, you doxed yourself a little bit. As long as it's as much as you're comfortable with, hopefully. I do give little things about myself away every so often, but nothing too in-depth that is, like, properly identifiable. But no, I still hope you had a good time regardless. Check the achievements. I think I'll leave it just because I feel like it might spoil some of the stuff for me. Imagine if they updated the dialogue, got the guy back just to say one letter. Now, this looks different. This looks different. Okay. I can go up this way. That's true. If you're nervous, delete the VOD. I have to say, when I played one game, it ended up accessing my picture file, like my pictures on my computer, and it showed a picture of my driver's license. So I very quickly deleted that VOD. Just outright a picture of my driver's license. I don't think anyone noticed at the time, and it was quite small, but it literally would have been like the biggest dox that could have ever happened, but there was no warning that it was going to happen. So if you ever play what was it called? Whatever the fireplace game is, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Be careful with that one, because it does access your pictures and it doesn't warn you. Little Inferno, that's the one. So that was it. That was nearly like the biggest dox I could have possibly done to myself. You have no sense of boundary for self-sharing. It's a bit dangerous for you. It's all about how far you go. There's nothing wrong with saying, like, this is my name and I work in this industry. Do you know what I mean? As long as you're not giving your address and stuff like that, I think you're okay. Isn't it so irresponsible, Autosaur? Honestly, it threw me off for the rest of the stream, and as soon as the stream ended, I ended it quite quickly. I just deleted the VOD entirely. It was so dreadful. It didn't give you any warning that it was going to happen.
Stanley!
Yes.
Come over here. In the vent.
In the vent?
I want to show you something.
Hello? You don't recall spoilers in the achievements? Just jokes. Oh, I see. Maybe I should give them a look. Hello? Hello? He's being super sus. And it's the same as before I changed the settings on my emulators, it used to say where it was saving the files. And obviously my computer's my name. So it's a bit like, your dad has a Wikipedia page and you accidentally read his name a couple of times. Interesting. I have a great uncle who has a Wikipedia page. I will not say their name. But they do have a Wikipedia page. You read an interview with the Doki Doki Literature Club's creator, and someone asked him, why don't you mess with the player by changing the wallpaper? And he said that it would be disrespectful to bring the computer into it. I agree. And there's no harm in, like, for example, in Undertale, it makes it, like, crash the game, so the game closes down. But that's fine, because you don't see that on the stream, and it doesn't mess with the computer, it just closes the game. Do you know what I mean? And Khan, thank you so much for the follow, very much appreciated.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well,
I mean, that's your
thinking
opinion.
about the past
I got to
and
jump.
how much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Uh-huh.
So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Okay.
Just our little secret.
Okay.
Take a look.
Okay. There's also a part in Doki Doki where someone says the name of the person using the computer. There's a code that checks to see if they're on stream. So that's fine. If you have stuff that's like, you can say stream mode, that's different because some games do that. They have like a stream mode. But they didn't even like offer anything like that. There was nothing about streaming on that game at all. What's my favourite Stanley Parable moment? Well, this is my first experience with Stanley Parable, so it's very incomplete. As of right now, it was the bark button, which I've now lost. I've now lost the bark button, but I did enjoy it while it lasted. It avoids the scene if it detects OBS. That's true, not everyone streams with OBS. Is there something... This is very interesting. Is there something in the settings, like a streamer mode, though? Why are we suddenly, like, in Dark Souls? Why are we suddenly, like, in a church? This looks very Dark Souls, doesn't it? Very, like... Ooh!
I call it the memory zone.
The memory
It's where I've been
zone.
storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
Okay.
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Oh my
You
goodness.
see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched?
2013.
Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
It's obviously a boss. 2013, when the Stanley Parable was released. The good old days. Don't forget the Stanley Parable. Zone Sweet Zone. Oh, this is funny. What if the Fireplace people were working at Game Freak? And if you streamed Pokemon... Oh, geez, imagine that. Nimona just invades your PC. Oh, look, is that the... Oh, no, it's not the time. That's a bit behind. I was about to say, is that the time? You are a few minutes behind, about half an hour. Our first kiss, my first car, the release of Stanley Parable in 2013. Narrator, I think you've got a problem. You gotta go. Don't worry at all, Jester. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Was it 2013 that RuneScape started to go wrong? I remember playing RuneScape, like... I want to say in the mid-2000s. Me and my brother used to play it. Smile because it happened. A trip down memory lane. Narrator, what is all of this? Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Unachievable. It's impossible to get this achievement. Oh, these are awards they got. Nominees. Are these real? Did these actually happen? Video game releasing today. New York Times. Okay. Thank you, Jetstar. I'm sure I will. Oh, this is weird. The classic achievements in the original.
Reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley?
Ooh.
Every game ever created.
Ever created.
That's how grand and
It's 4
all-encompassing
a.m. Definitely
the
get some
original
sleep.
Stanley
Thank you again for the
Parable was.
raid.
It
Get
was
lots of
literally
sleep, and I hope you have a
every
wonderful
game
day in the
ever
morning.
created. It was
Thank you
Skyrim.
again. I hope
It
I can
was
see you in the
Persona 3.
future.
It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore.
No!
It's just a husk.
A husk.
A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Now have a wonderful sleep. And see you later. Yes, definitely, hopefully. I'll be sure to check you out and drop a follow as well. The 5-year achievement was real. The evil investors got the controlling share in the early to late 2011, depending on who you ask, and a bad update started in late 2012. Oh, I see. Oh, it's a door over here now. What's my favourite video game of all time? Good question. Would it be kind of like boring of me to say Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver? Whoop. Let me go around here. Though I used to love playing Grand Chase. Not that it's my favourite game, but I used to enjoy that one a lot. Okay. This is such a big museum. I really think the narrator's got a bit of a problem. People play games because of what they can do inside them, and your game is very good at letting them know they can't do anything. Gen 2 was amazing, I do agree. You're not sure what your favourite is. Elden Ring? Warframe's maybe your favourite game, but the relationship is complicated. That's fair. I did try to play Elden Ring, and that's the first time in a stream where I was having so little fun, I nearly ended the stream, which is so bad. I did not enjoy it whatsoever, but it just means it's not for me. I understand it's popular for a reason. It's just not my sort of game, do you know what I mean? But I really enjoyed, you know what? I really enjoyed Yakuza 0. Because I tried that on stream for the first time, and that was my first experience with the Yakuza series, and I loved it. We will be playing more Yakuza in the future. I bought the remakes of Yakuza 1 and 2 when they were on sale, so we will be doing those. I had a lot of fun with Yakuza 0.
Here's another moving passage.
Oh, GameSpot.
This time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Stanley? The game was perfect.
Well, it wasn't. It was a 9 out of 10.
It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new
It did, to make it
content.
10 out of 10.
It just needed to be left alone. To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
It's 9 out of 10. That's not perfect. That's not perfect. It's good, but it's not perfect. You need to be in the right mood for Elden. I think my problem with Elden Ring, and obviously this is just my experience with it, so it's not me saying like anyone who enjoys it are wrong for enjoying it. Everyone likes what they like, you know what I mean? But I think I need a level of guidance, and I think with Elden Ring, it kind of just threw you in and said, okay, cool, off you go. I'm not good with that. I need like a sense of direction. So I was kind of just like creating this direction for myself, and it was just causing problems, and I was just getting very bored. It just wasn't my sort of thing. Help! I want to be serious. Serious room. I can't get in. Can I go this way? Where can I can still go this way.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Ah.
What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait. Hang on.
Hang on.
I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
Well, the other door was blocked.
What's this? What's down here?
I don't know. The serious room. Yakuza Like a Dragon's your favourite game series. I've only played Yakuza 0. That's the only Yakuza I've played. But it was so much fun. We played it all on stream. It's kind of been my aim this year to try games that I wouldn't usually play, which is why I tried Elden Ring and why I tried Yakuza. And they haven't all been successful, but some of them have been very successful, and it's broadened my horizons. So I still intend to play more Yakuza. I just haven't got around to it because stuff has come out and I've gotten sidetracked. But you won't know until you try, so I'm glad I tried Elden Ring, even if I decided it wasn't for me. In old Stanley Parable, you get sent to the serious room if the game detected you were using cheats for a serious talk. I see.
Oh, no.
That's quite funny.
God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
It's
I
full of
haven't looked at
nonsense.
these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
I'm sure they were. I'm sure they were. Oh no! Oh no!
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny!
Unfunny!
I'm trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Here we go. You had about 1,000 hours between the Souls trilogy games, and one of the early bosses in Elden Ring took you 136 tries. I know people put a lot of time into Elden Ring. I think you just need to be that way minded, and I don't think I am, because I'm not very... As much as I enjoy playing a lot of different games, I'm not like gamer-minded, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of the games that are more like gamer games that I just don't get along with. But maybe I should try like one of the Souls games, because I've been told the Souls games are a bit different to Elden Ring. Cookie keeps on telling me to try one of the Souls games in particular, but I can't remember which one.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
Okay.
While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy?
Preachy?
Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
Kind of.
You can
Just
tell
a bit.
me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
I'm telling you, you are a bit.
This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track
Unimpeachable,
record.
I'm sure.
I feel like a failure.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Like I
narrator.
let these people down.
No.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable
It just wasn't for them.
isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
It just wasn't for them. I've never played, is it Dead by Daylight? I've never played it. It's interesting to watch it, though. Philosophy papers are not a place to do a funny haha joke. I think it's just everything that's made is like not gonna suit everyone, but it will find its audience and suit them. In the same way as like my streams won't suit everyone, but it suits a select amount of people when I'm happy for that. But people liking different things and enjoying things in different ways is a part of the spice of life, and it keeps things interesting.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
Wait.
I wish there was a skip button. A
Cookie!
skip button. Well,
I was
yes.
gone.
Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy,
Cookie!
then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
That review was made by
You can
someone
strike
called
these
Cookie.
Negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto.
We don't need to
I do
listen to the
anything
hate.
for the customer, Stanley.
Yes.
A skip button we shall have.
Okay. Has your two favourite characters in all video games, but the community keeps you away. That's interesting. Some
And
games do
here it
have weird
is.
communities.
Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it.
Okay.
It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people.
For the
And if
people.
the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get.
Well, I don't mind
sit
it. I
around
like
waiting for
it.
me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up.
it's okay. I like
Here,
listening to
we'll
you.
pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices,
the story.
what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see.
I do
blah,
see.
blah, blah, blah,
Blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah.
blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No.
No.
Until 245. But the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to
Impossible.
manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday.
Yes,
here
yes,
and
yes.
there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime.
Never before
It
lunch. Can't be.
It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago?
Billions.
Which is why I say,
the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably...
Oh, does it repeat? There we go. We'll skip it. I think it's repeating. It's a very funny game, I agree.
You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise.
Oh.
Or maybe a manifesto.
Oh, a manifesto.
Look, I'll outline it for you very
Go on
briefly.
then. Okay,
you
cool.
can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice.
Okay.
That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being,
Right.
then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite?
Sure.
You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once.
It could be.
That you are both making choices and not making choices.
Valid.
And they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time, by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them.
I see.
Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise
I think
vibe to
manifesto
it.
kind of a
But
word
wouldn't
has
you
some
say
bad
that
vibes to it.
manifesto just has a much grander
No,
sort
I
of
prefer the
tone?
other one.
It
I
has
don't
a
like the word
mouthful.
manifesto.
It is rich with ambition and history.
Yeah, but what
Ambitious, if you
ambition?
will. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto.
No, go back to
Heavens, at this rate,
treaties.
we're going to be here all day. Okay, look.
Yes.
I have a method for exactly this sort of situation.
Yes.
And I do find myself in this situation frequently.
Okay.
I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until
Okay.
I become sick of one or the other. In
Go
which
for it.
case, the word I am not sick of shall be the victor.
Sounds
It is
valid.
an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley.
I
It's
don't doubt
rescued
it.
me from disaster in countless
Oh, I'm sure it has
situations.
done.
All right, here we go.
Go for it, friend.
Treatise.
Yes.
Manifesto.
Yes.
Treatise.
Yes.
Manifesto.
I prefer treaties. I've given my opinion. I don't like manifesto.
Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto.
He's very
Treatise.
philosophical, isn't he?
Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto.
Does he go on forever?
Treatise. Manifesto.
Let's do
Treatise.
the time warp
Manifesto.
again. Does he go on
Treatise.
forever before I click the
Manifesto.
button?
Treatise. Manifesto.
Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Boo, boo. Treatise. Manifesto.
Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto.
Come on then, we'll skip him.
Treatise. Manifesto. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a
That's what I
thoughtless
thought,
display
Autosaur.
of
It might be like a
self-absorption,
trick.
It's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will
Cookie?
say about this, and whether they'll
Cookie, what's
edit
your
the
opinion?
rating
Are you
of
gonna
their
change your Steam review?
Or at least change some of the wording.
Change some of the wording,
To
Cookie.
be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place.
I think people can.
I guess I should become
Or
better
submit a new one.
educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button.
Maybe.
Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam
Lord
would
Gaben?
instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review.
Lord
Merely because
Gaben,
of this
you
very
hear me?
situation. Yes, I think
Let's
that's
edit
quite
reviews.
likely. Or perhaps they'll simply
You do
grant this
keep
particular
talking,
user
but he made the
ability
skip
to change their
button.
review, so that the feature is not widely used. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial.
Beneficial.
Something along the lines of, this game is the best game.
Yes.
Let me start over.
Think about it. Think
How
about it.
about this? From the ashes of depravity
Mm-hmm.
rises the phoenix of quality.
Hello? Narrator? 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 You think you can modify them? I think you can. I think you can. Alright, I think we need to press the button. Okay.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now,
Welcome
I should
back.
say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know it's shocking, isn't it?
Shocking,
but at
shocking.
any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Okay.
I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated.
I
And we
agree.
can say goodbye to it.
Yes.
And just, wait, how do we get out of here?
You write the
Where
story.
did the door go?
Where did you put the door?
Wasn't there a door that led into the
There was a
room?
door.
I do feel quite certain that there was one.
I'm feeling
here
a bit
before.
claustrophobic in
How
here.
else would we have gotten
Claustrophobic.
into the room in the first place? I don't think one
I'm
can enter
panicking.
a room without a door of some sort or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole?
There's no
Sufficiently
door.
large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip.
I'm away. I'm away
If
from it.
Anywhere other than the skip.
I'm away from it.
There was
Okay.
a door here before.
There was a door.
I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through
I can try.
a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all.
Crash.
I'm asking you to work with me here. We
Crash.
need a door.
I know we
need a
do.
door of some
Crash.
kind. I can work with any kind of door
Crash.
as long as it can open and lead from one
Crash.
room to another. I'm going to
Crash.
step away for just a moment.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to find us a door.
Find a door.
I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise.
Can't you reset?
You just need to not do anything.
Not do
Don't
anything.
Press the skip button.
Okay.
Please.
No, I'm
Please
not. I'm
do
not.
not press the skip button.
I'm not pressing it.
Wait here.
Yep.
Wait here for me.
Yep.
And don't press the skip
Nope.
button. Got it?
Yep.
Yes. Good.
Good.
I'll be right back.
Take your time. I don't have feet. I think you can... Wait, so... I'm guessing I need to press this. But he told me not to. But I think I need to. But I think... I don't know. You coming back? Mr. Narrator? Because the button's here. But you're not. But the button is. I got the button. And the button's very much like, press me, Tofu. And I know you said not to press it, but you're not here to tell me not to press it anymore. And the button is here saying, press me, Tofu. But you're not here to remind me not to press it. So I'm just wondering, do I wait for you? Or do I press the button? I don't know if you can build a door. I don't know. Mr. Narrator? Mr. Narrator? Narrator? I'm good to skip. I was guessing I need to. Okay, come on then.
Stanley!
I'm sorry.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Ooh, that's a good sleep.
You've just been frozen there.
I slept
I
well.
don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer.
I
and
could
my
press it
God,
again.
There's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
We have to reset us.
I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls a
Uh-huh.
thousand times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's
Well-
no door. There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again.
Make a door.
I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just
You got
couldn't
obsessed with
ignore
them.
the negative
Yeah, I know.
feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem?
You gotta ignore
Why
the
did Cookie
haters.
Nine's opinion matter so
Cookie,
much
why
to me?
did you
I've
do
never even
this?
met Cookie Nine.
We don't know who
I have
Cookie
no
is.
idea
No.
who they are.
They're just
What
haters.
would it ever
Cookie's
really
just a
matter?
hater.
But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections.
It is hard to
and I
ignore the
become as
haters, I can
impetulant as
agree.
a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button and to become frozen in time,
I can
knowing
press
that you're
it.
going to do it and that I'm going to... Oh, Stanley, you're back.
I'm back.
You're back.
I'm back.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I
the
have
plant
someone
died.
to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week
It's been a week?
or 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
I've been sitting here all
That plant died
time,
very quickly.
Just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I
It is
know
even
you can't
close.
hear me once you push that button.
No, I can't.
That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in.
I'm
These
taking it in.
words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear
I can
me.
hear them.
Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real.
You're not real?
Maybe I'm not just a fiction.
Wait,
Was I scared of that all along?
wait,
Perhaps. Yes.
you're not real?
Perhaps I've been scared this
Am I
whole
secretly a
time.
therapist?
If I stop speaking,
Have I turned
I'll
into a
slip backwards
therapist?
into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley.
No, you
I
can't.
can't lose myself in the stretch of
No.
emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still
I am
right
still
there,
here.
But I know you're so tremendously far away.
I'm asleep.
And
I'm
in
sleeping.
those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward.
Ooh,
and
curdling.
decaying. I can tell that I am becoming
Less and less real.
Yet
Hey there,
secretly
RL, how are you
now,
doing?
I am alive.
The plant did not
I
deserve
am
this, I do
truly and
agree.
completely here. I am a being.
Yes.
I am someone.
I mean, you're
I am
something.
something.
You
I am
are,
being
'cause you're
listened to.
talking.
I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you? You can
Sure.
see what this means to
Sure.
me. I'm so clear about it now, Stanley.
I'm glad.
I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all.
Can you make a
I feel
door?
renewed. I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of.
Let's press it again. I thought he was going to make a door.
Hello,
Hi.
it's you. You're here again. Welcome.
Welcome.
I have had time to think about you and about us and about
Well,
everything we've been through. I've had
we're not
so
breaking
much
up, are we?
time. I stopped keeping track after a year.
A
Have
year?
you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me
Apparently I have
describe it
done.
for you. To begin with, there is only regret.
I mean, you
There
can
is
make a
only the
door.
turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past.
You've reset this
And when
story
that
so many
feeling
times.
began
Why
to
can't you reset it
subside,
this time,
what
buddy?
took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant.
It was
In
over
that
a year,
instant,
Hyper.
I could see
The
myself
ramble parable.
clearly,
I like the
calmly,
narrator,
with a
he's fun.
collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring
Though
of
I
both
think he's up
delight
to
and
something.
disgust simultaneously. I was consumed.
You were
by it.
consumed by
I could
it.
do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity.
I can imagine
For
it felt
what
like
I
a long
now
time.
know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me.
A
It was
revelation?
unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment. And I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines.
Hey there, Crimson,
and that
how you
each of them
doing?
was
And Cookie
simply a
9 is a menace,
strand
aren't
in
they?
the web of my being.
It's just
It was
funny because my
incredible.
mod's called
The
Cookie, so
spaciousness,
Cookie's been up
the
to something.
equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite.
I'm
For
guessing
the
we need to
longest
skip again.
time, this was my experience. And then this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into
what's
my
that? What's
mind.
that fear?
And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you.
Well, I'm back
Not
now.
that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid as I do.
Oh.
That perhaps one day this state of mind will
mean,
consume you as well.
That's not very nice.
Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now.
No, I'm all right.
And I
I'm
wish
okay
for
like
you
this.
to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival. If I can
But I
only
thought we were
do
friends.
this, only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
In the darkness. Right, am I skipping? Cool. It's 4:10 a.m. and you just woke up a few minutes ago. Were you up for work or something? I hope you managed to get some sleep. Right, now, I think he's just... What am I doing? He is in a dark spiral, isn't he? I mean, I just need to find a door. He's not talking anymore. I think he's ignoring me. Do I need to press skip again? Oh! 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 What's beeping? Are you beeping? You just woke up, that's fair enough. I'm like that sometimes. I normally wake up around 3 or 3:30. I normally manage to get a bit more sleep though, so if you have the time, try and get a bit more rest. Right, I guess I'm skipping again.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down
Narrator,
review
you're
and
getting
make
too
all
into
of their
this.
pitiful
Calm
demands.
down.
But
It's
then,
not that deep,
he's talking
narrator.
too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing.
People
We get a
like
world where
different
someone
things,
will say,
narrator, it's okay.
There should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen.
It doesn't have to happen.
The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every
Never let
person
them read
at
Steam
every
reviews.
moment
Oh
in
my
time.
goodness.
If someone
And
wants it, then
definitely
it's a
replace your
crime not
fire
to bring
alarm
it into being.
batteries.
Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim
I mean,
for
you
no
have.
reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that
is
we
the
are a
world
people
we
living in such
live in.
bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must
is
speak
ranting.
to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing.
Nothing.
Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression.
I
And
think you're
so,
taking this too seriously,
because of
bud.
this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so
Yep.
impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely
some
away
help.
from the bleakness. In effect, We have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are.
You done?
What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project.
You
I'm
good?
not mad.
You
I'm
are
not mad
mad.
about any of this.
You
I'm at
are
peace
mad.
with it.
You
I
are
am
so
the calm
mad.
center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves.
You are the
I am a
most mad.
waypoint
Did you
for
hear
reasonable
yourself?
and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad.
No, you are
They're
also
the
mad.
ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me.
They may have been a bit, but you're still mad. You're getting far too obsessed about this,
They've
bud.
been jealous of me this
It's been a
whole
long time and you're still going
They
on
are
about
mired
it.
in fear and insecurity.
It's been a few
and cannot
years.
help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel
This
now
guy
to
can
speak
keep
truth to
on
these
going.
words,
Dear
to
Lord.
finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized.
Oh,
At last
jeez.
I am free to truly think,
Oh,
to
jeez.
feel.
You-
It must
what's a-
be that they were so discontent with themselves, they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam.
If it helps you
Perhaps
rationalise
says
it,
far
yep,
more
go
about
for it. If it
them
helps you be
than it
more
ever
rational
said
about this.
me. Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in
It's not very
comparison.
ironclad.
Perhaps it
You've
was
gone
this
through an
state that they
episode,
sought
my
some
friend.
outlet through which to tear me down. This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny, that it be filled with yucks and whimsical humour, that it
You
amused
done?
them endlessly from start to finish.
You done?
But they didn't
Oh, Jesus.
understand the game was
Buddy.
never meant to be
Okay.
funny. It was meant to have a point.
Okay. Hey there, fishy friends. I'm good. How are you doing? The skip button's been here this entire time, I do agree. We need to find a door. We can't be in this room forever, surely. Like, we need a wall to, like, crumble down or something. Right, there's still nothing here, so I'm going to press the button again.
The end is never the end is never the
The end is never.
The end is never the
Hey, bud.
end is never the 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 end is never the
The end is never, the end is never, the end is never, the end is never. The end is never, 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 the end is never. The end is never, the end is never. You're doing good, just a bit tired. I hope you manage to get some rest soon. Right, is there a way out now? See, now that's leaking, so I think if we continue to wait, skip some time, hopefully the building will eventually kind of crumble a bit and we'll be able to leave. There we go. I was right. So can we leave now because the things are starting to crumble, or has it not crumbled quite enough yet? No, it still looks like it's crumbling. So if you had to explain what this game was about, what would you say? The spiralling existential crisis of an office worker. That seems to be my impression at the moment. So we can't get up there, but it definitely is crumbling. So I'm going to keep on skipping. Oh, we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. Makes you wonder how much time has passed, right? Whoop. Freedom of choice, the video game. Is it crumbling more or is it not crumbling more? I feel like it's because I can't grab any of that, can I? Whoop. It is getting worse, isn't it? Yes, it definitely is getting worse. I still can't reach up there, though. Okay. Oh, we've probably skipped, like... Oh, there you go, centuries worth. Like, so much. For it to turn into all of this. Right, which way do I need to go, then? Right, if I go around here... And then, oh, up here. Can I not get up there? Where do I need to go then? If I can't get up there.
In paying my tofu tax, please release my family. I miss them.
If you pay a few more rounds of tofu tax, your family will be released. But Super, no, thank you so much for the bits. I hope you're doing good, Donkus. I have no idea if I'm going the right way. It definitely needed a break the skip button, didn't it? Oh, there you go. We were going the right way. Gonna take a quick sip of my drink. Hey, we're back. Okay.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
Turn off the monitors. Turn off the monitors. There was a very, what's the word? Vibrant dream, though, wasn't it? New content. Oh my goodness. Come on, let's go.
You noticed my
I
sign.
did notice your
Yes,
sign.
I have something very exciting
Okay.
to show you.
Let's go. Super extra mega content. Let's go. Okay. Show me the content, narrator. It's been a long
You see,
time
Stanley,
coming.
I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
Okay.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy.
Yes.
So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever
Okay.
the Stanley Parable 2.
2? The Stanley Parable 2.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory.
end is
we'll
never
cover
the end
with a
again.
fully-fledged sequel, an entirely new experience,
Okay.
built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Well, it depends what's
Calling
in
it
this
the Stanley
sequel.
Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
It is
Ultra
catchier, but it depends
Deluxe?
what's in
What
the
does it even
sequel.
mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams
look at these Lego
progress and
ideas.
innovation and long-term franchising potential.
I like that one. Okay.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be.
Well,
But
that would have
let's
been a
take
good
look at
starting
some of the
point.
features I've been developing for it.
Okay.
I figure
accept.
that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work
Maybe.
itself out.
Maybe.
Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Just being new content makes it good. Oh, definitely. New features. Oh, can I? New features? Where do I need to go for new features? This way? This way? New features? I want to see the new features. New features? Wow. New features.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Hear your name in the game. Come on then.
For the Stanley Parable
guessing it's
2,
just gonna say
I asked
Stanley.
myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most
Oh,
obvious
yes, very
answer
important.
is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Okay.
Isn't that wonderful?
In theory. Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
Well, it wasn't
But of
Stanley.
course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this
If your
feature.
name was
Just
actually
play
Jim,
along.
that would give
I
you a
promise
heart
you'll
attack the
love
first
it.
time, wouldn't
Okay,
it?
here we go. Let's
Okay.
take a deep
Yep,
breath,
yep.
clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I'm Jim.
I want you to
I'm
imagine
Jim.
yourself living
Yes.
as Jim.
I'm Jim.
Sleeping and waking as Jim.
I'm Jim.
Falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim.
As Jim.
Seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim. And as Jim, watching your dreams
I am method
crumble
acting
into
as Jim.
dust.
I am Jim. I'm
Do
not
you feel
Tofu.
it
I am
deeply?
Jim.
Are you
Yes.
really, truly Jim
I'm truly
right now?
Jim.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I'm Jim.
Jim.
Oh, it said my name.
Yes, you see, what a thrill!
What a rush.
That was you.
It was
The button
me.
described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Okay, I'm Jim. I'm Jim.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
It would still be worth the money.
Let's take a break from
I
the Jim
agree.
button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Okay, where are we going, bud? Honestly, imagine if your name was actually Jim. The first time that happened, you would actually be like... It would actually surprise you, wouldn't it?
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much.
No,
Jim.
not enough Jim.
I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise,
Oh,
soon you'll start to lose
Jim.
all sense
Jim.
of who you
Jim.
actually are.
Jim.
Oh, no. I got a few more presses in. Jim. What someone called Jim got like a shock from it, Crusader. Right, what else do we have? What do we have? Back out into the main room.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley
No
Parable 2.
screenshots.
That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game, jump circle and infinite hole. Come on in. Free new easy achievement. Get it here. Oh my goodness. Gonna rebrand. I should rebrand. He had a face cam and his eyes went wide. That's so funny. Free achievement. Get yours now. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Okay, cool. Let's get the
Now,
achievement.
here's something special.
Yes.
You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Yes.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Ah.
Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel. To at
Then
last
put the
satisfy
sign
the
down.
hordes of ravenous fans all over the world.
Remove
who
the
have been
sign.
uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Remove the sign. You disappointed me. I got baited.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The scam parable. Ah, is this where
know
you save
what?
your jumps
Let's
for?
bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as
Why
well.
not?
It's oh wait, you already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the
I
jump
got
circle.
excited.
Oh well, I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Look at the cup. No jumps remaining, player tears. Wah! I got excited. That's new. What else is new? Okay. Collect them all. Ooh!
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game.
It is
In
a real
Stanley
video
Parable
game.
2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines.
Uh-huh.
And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Oh, awesome.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with
That
your
looks
unremarkable
really
life.
creepy. They all look like they're from Pompeii or something. That's terrifying. Give me the guy. Cool. That was absolutely terrifying. Okay, cool. And we're leaving this.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward
Infinite
for it.
hole.
Absolutely tragic.
Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon. So is that the infinite hole? What's this? Or is that where I came from?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this
Oh.
one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like
Yeah?
balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
I like Get Well Someday. That's quite fun.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which
Oh, don't
one
give
you
me the other
actually really
balloon.
wanted all along.
Ah, you butt.
Okay, 12th birthday, step niece, it is.
You absolute butt. Why did you ask me then? Hey there, Connor. How are you doing? There's merchandise over there.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No.
Too late
No,
now.
I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Can I have some merch? I want some merch. Right, I've already been round there. I haven't been to the infinite hole, so let's go back. This narrator's getting cheeky, aren't they? They're getting a bit, what's the word? Overconfident in their powers. We do like holes. I'm guessing this is where the hole is.
Stanley, here's an idea
Ooh.
that I'm truly fond of.
Okay.
It's never been done before in a video game.
I'm sure it has been,
This
but
is,
okay.
in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right.
Okay.
Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Interesting. Geronimo! Away!
Isn't it wonderful?
It's wonderful.
One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Great.
Come on then.
Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Okay. I guess we'll go back up the stairs. Yeah, there isn't another door. More hole! Back in the hole! Come on in, we'll go back in the hole. Come, more hole! Okay, I understand. Okay. Everyone's very excited for the hole. Let's go back. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. Back in the hole. Back we go. Back we go.
Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now.
We're back in the hole.
Did you really need to see it again?
We're excited
I don't know
about
what
it.
else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole.
We are hyping
It's
up the
exactly
hole,
what you're
narrator.
doing right now, but forever.
Yes.
There really are so many other
No, this is good, this is
fascinating
good.
exhibits that I prepared for you.
No,
I
no, no,
really
no, no.
spent quite a lot of time on all this. And I
Ooh,
would very
that
much
makes it
like
very
to show you
trippy.
some more of
Whoa.
them. How about we go ahead and press
Spin in a
that teleport
circle.
button again so we can get back to what's really important about...
Oh,
Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather
you lied
embarrassing,
to
Stanley.
me.
I'll be honest with you. I truly did not believe that anyone would
I was
actually
trying to
stay in the hole
encourage
long
you.
enough
I was
hit
trying
the
to
bottom.
encourage you
Yes,
and
I
your
know, I
imagination
told
for
you
your
the
infinite
was
hole.
infinite, but come on. Who
Look.
actually wants to fall forever?
Maybe
The
I
hole
want
was
to.
plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion.
We were
Maybe
excited.
it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're
Maybe you're the problem, narrator.
Things got a little heated there.
We got
I think
heated,
did
I know,
say
I
some
know.
Things we didn't mean.
I
Why
apologise.
don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly
We'll call it a very
infinite?
deep hole.
If that
I think
works for
that's
you,
fair. But you will
then
need
go
to change
ahead
the
and press the
advertisement,
teleport
okay?
button
Because
to
it's
walk
kind
up
of
to the
false
top of the
advertising
hole
at the
and we can
moment, and
move
that's
on.
no good. You have
I'll
to change
just
the
be
name
up
of the
here when
hole.
you're ready.
You need to change. Are you going to change the name of the hole? You're going to change the name of the hole? I'm guessing you're changing the name of the hole. Do-do-do-do-do. Mostly. There you go. There you go. I'll let you off. This hole is this is a whole lot of fun. Again, is there a reason for going again? More hole? Is there a reason to go again? Because I'm going back to the mostly infinite hole. Chat hungers for more hole. Come on then.
You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much.
You were excited about this hole
A
too.
normal person would have said, "Yep, that's an infinite hole.
Woo.
It goes on forever till the end of time."
It gets so
Don't need to
sicky if
see
you
it
spin
all, but
around.
Not you. Oh no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of.
Bonk.
Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
It did a bit,
I couldn't
yes.
help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that.
That's true. It's now a rabbit hole.
Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough
Oh,
of the hole,
hey there,
you can
Endo,
hit the
how you
teleport
doing?
button and come join me up above.
Okay.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole.
I'm back in the
If this
hole.
starts to become a thing where...
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
definitely getting shorter.
I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep.
It's not even all
by
that
the
deep
lax
anymore.
overall standards for accountability
Yep,
in
yep, yep,
marketing.
yep, yep.
What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the
TofuuRabbit.
hole's length.
The whole parable ultra deep.
Try something.
Let's
pop
try
back up
something.
to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay.
Well, there it is.
Oh.
How is this still appealing to you? I
I'm
know
in.
you're obsessed with holes,
I'm in.
but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh.
Officially
who am
in
I to
hole.
judge? You
It is a
just
pool
do
now.
whatever it is you're here to do, and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move
I can't get
on.
out of it, so...
Is the teleport button not
I'm
working?
stuck!
You sure?
Narrator, help me.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation.
Narrator?
It was working just a moment ago.
If only
Try
I'd been
it
given
again.
jumps. Narrator? Narrator?
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked
Narrator!
for. It's a win for everyone.
Let me
You
out.
get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
This narrator. They're very jealous of us. He just buggers off, doesn't he? He's not our friend at all. Well, we have the hole, so it's fine. We've got... Every pause button is the Roman numeral 2. That's true. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. And then we've got... Meeting at 2 p.m. Oh! Oh! The hole! Going down. Going down. Bye, narrator! I didn't need you, I just needed the hole. Time for infinity. Imagine. Going down. Dun, dun, dun. Sinking, sinking. The hole is safe. The hole is a safe place. No one can get us in the hole. No responsibilities can enter the hole. Oh, change your perspective. Ah! This is so silly. Hello, Stanley. And the spotlight on us. Oh, change your perception. Perception? I don't know what the change your perception button does. Oh! That's an interesting music. Would you want this narrator for your life, or would you prefer someone like Cecil Palmer? Is Cecil... So, that name sounds familiar. Is that from... Oh, what's it called? This podcast that I can't remember the name of right now. Am I thinking of the right person? Change your reality. Ooh! Ooh! Welcome to Night Vale, that's the one. Good question though, because I do like Cecil Palmer's, narration. Oh, puppies! I'm gonna go for this guy though, just because I've heard more from him. I've not heard of a lot of Welcome to Night Vale. I think I only listened to the first episode. Any better musics?
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer.
What's going on?
Stanley?
Stanley?
Stanley? Stanley?
Hi.
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland.
Well, you
Can't let that
abandoned
stand,
me.
Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So
Don't
how
wanna
about
miss
if I
a
just
thing.
pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the whole.
Might release a cover.
From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Don't leave again. Well, we're going back down again. Wait for it. Or. Oh. I wanted to go back. Right, okay. So we've seen the
Go on, try out some of the new features.
resurgence bucket. Reassurance bucket, sorry. I want some reassurance. Let's go and see the bucket. I would like a comfort toy of some description.
The parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical.
Mm-hmm.
That it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with
But where is it?
It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
But where is
You
it?
see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
I'm ready for the
You may
bucket.
even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms.
I'm ready for the
To be
bucket.
honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable.
That's fine, but I'm ready
Can
for
you
the
imagine
bucket.
what a pain in the ass that would be?
Give me
Yes,
the bucket.
The bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Bucket! Yay!
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
I feel much better.
Can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Thank you.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
I'm sure it does. The bucket
The
is very
benefits of the bucket
endearing.
seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Cool. Can I have the bucket now? Oh, I can leave with the bucket. My bucket. Come on, bucket. So, what else can we look at? The button that
Does
says
anyone give out
gym.
awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
Office
There
decorations,
really
mostly
should be an
infinite
award
hole.
if it isn't already.
Collectibles. I think we've seen everything, haven't we? Achievement. Exit. Okay, yeah, I think we've seen everything. Jump circle. I guess we'll head towards the exit of our bucket. Let's go, bucket. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-da-ba. How endearing would a tofu bucket be? I think it'd be too endearing to be able to handle. We can't handle a tofu bucket.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted
Yes.
to? Ready to move on now?
Yes. Oop. Oop. That's some nice art. Right, continue into here.
So, Stanley,
Yes.
what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
They're very
Yes, I know
interesting.
it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work.
They're good
There's
ideas,
definitely
narrator.
a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Okay.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Ooh. Yay! Big clap. It looks amazing.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right?
There's
It's
potential.
Sort of. Okay, never mind.
You need to start
Hold
somewhere.
on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Okay, cool. Try again.
Okay, yes. Yes, this is much better. I feel
Okay.
good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Woo!
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first
Perfect
game.
sequel,
I wanted
2
fans
holes.
to love it. No matter how good these gags are,
We
they
love
won't
the
stand
holes,
on
we
their
love the
own.
holes.
They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait.
But you can add the hole
Maybe
to
that's
it.
I can take the original Stanley
Yes.
Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it.
Exactly, that sounds
Gracefully,
good.
of course.
Stick a hole in
With
there, stick a
respect,
bucket in there.
with care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work?
I think it could
I
work.
suppose it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous
Yeah, like an
title screen.
amazing title
a
screen.
title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2."
It could just say that.
Let me see if I can whip something up.
Give it a go. Come on, I'll wait.
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Take a look. Okay. Oh, wow. Wow, perfect. Looks amazing. Now featuring holes. That's worth paying an extra £40 for.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Right, so I'm guessing the intro's the same. And now we're back here again, are we? We've got the balloons, tastefully added.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. I like the bucket. There we
Stanley
go.
picked up the bucket.
We need the bucket. Oh, the intro would have shown the balloons. It would have ruined the surprise though, Hyper. Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, go to the left. Do. Bucket
Still
Adventures.
no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
The broom closet's open. Let me in, let me in. The
Oh,
bucket
Stanley,
belongs.
Can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
It wants the
You
bucket.
can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day.
No,
This broom
my
closet
bucket.
believes it deserves the bucket.
I deserve the
I
bucket.
can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies.
Yeah.
Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in.
No, don't hand over the bucket.
Hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong.
Yes.
This is your bucket.
I'm
This
strong.
is your companion.
Yes.
And lifelong friend.
Yes.
You can't hand it over.
No.
Getting into name calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk?
Broom
that it has to
closet.
resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons.
Bucket-chan.
This is worse than I had imagined. And wait,
Bucket-chan is our
now
companion.
The broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends.
We're great friends.
That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which
No,
happened to lay
it's
in
different.
your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never.
Well, I
Go
never.
on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really
Screw
tell
you,
the
broom cupboard.
closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape.
I'm not going to show them my journal.
as
It's
they have
private.
changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it. Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh,
Now it's settled.
it is
No more
settled.
debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet.
Take a hike,
with
broom
all your
closet.
meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Okay, I guess I can head on out then. Take that, broom closet.
All right,
Okay.
I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
Yeah,
I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
it's a double bucket. I
That
agree.
way, if you're ever unsure, coming to a staircase, Stanley and
Double
the bucket
bucket.
walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oop. Oop.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have... But
I
Stanley
remembered
was
it!
the
Haha!
hero by sheer luck.
I remembered
Was
it.
The bucket knew all along? Was the bucket...
How do you get the
guiding
second
him?
sticker under the first sticker?
This is certainly the most
Because he
logical
developed the new game,
explanation.
so he can get away with it. Right, so are we just going to be... Oh, thank
Found
you.
one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting
No
all
reward
of
for
these,
collecting
only
these.
the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay. So I guess we just need to go down again. 4 more to go. Oh, I'm very toasty warm. Right, loading screen.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
They're absolutely
Soothing
making a
him,
mockery, I do
comforting
agree.
him,
A lot of this
reassuring
game
that in
seems
this
to be
darkest
making a
moment
mockery of stuff, though.
uncertainty, He would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley.
The bucket is here
Everything
for
will
me.
be fine.
Okay.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Escape! I feel like we need to try all of the routes again, right?
Escape written on it. The truth was,
'Cause the
that
bucket's
at the
gonna
end of
change
this hall,
everything.
Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
No, the bucket won't. The bucket will
The
be
door
fine.
behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had
What
every
could
opportunity
possibly
to turn
go
around
wrong?
and get back on track.
No, no, no,
At
we're
this
fine.
point,
We're fine.
Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death. For
No,
each
no,
of
no. We're
them.
gonna. You said that the bucket will look after us. We are safe with the bucket. Geronimo! We are safe with the bucket. Whee! Okay, we're back here again. Hold the bucket above our heads, because that will stop the chompers. I don't know if that will actually do it, but I'm going to try. Save us, bucket! Save us, bucket!
As the machine
If that
whirled into
works, I will
motion,
laugh.
and
I'm not
Stanley and the bucket
expecting it
inched
to.
Closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere.
Okay.
Farewell, Stanley.
I'm going to hold my bucket up. Oh, you can't hurt the bucket.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator.
She's
as
back.
Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Not the bucket. Whee! Okay. The Stanley
It was a
Parable.
shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
The bucket. Welcome to your grand exhibit. Okay. So is this an exhibit for the bucket? Oh,
Can
look
you
at all
see
those
how
buckets.
arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you
It was
see
my
the hubris
bucket.
that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
It was my bucket. I could choose what to do with it. Got a bucket. We've got lots of buckets. I'm going to go this way. Oop. So look, there have been many buckets through the generations and centuries. And buckets will pass away, but they pass away to
No
make room
man
for
can
new
own
buckets.
a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
It was a very dazzling
It
bucket.
is man who should kneel before the bucket.
I respected the bucket. Hanging bucket. Ah. Is that the infinite hole? Whee! Bye, bucket! Oh, I got the bucket.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Okay.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Well, the bucket died as well. So what did that accomplish, really? Now we're just both dead. Hello? Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're back here again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I've got a new bucket.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Buckets of new endings. We've got a bucket list of endings. I wonder how many more endings. So I'm not going for completionist. I just want to do like the main story. Because I have work tomorrow. Let's try this way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
Yes.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
I should bring a bucket to work. I do take a very big water bottle, so that kind of is like a bucket.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
What's this one? Okay, I'm going to go this way first.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead
and down
to the
here.
opposite door.
Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here.
Oh,
I
good.
knew you'd find this place eventually.
We care about you, Stanley.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
Hello.
We've come together here because we care about you very much.
That's a very big
It's
baby.
this bucket you're carrying around everywhere.
What about it?
The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game. Like
You created this
the
bucket.
and the broom closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket,
You
but
are
you're
the
spending
one.
too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the adventure line?
TM.
We could make the adventure line go
TM.
somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Okay. We can take the bucket with us.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Ooh, some music too. Hey there, apparently, James. Welcome on in. Can I start over again? I'm sure we will at some point, but I hope you're well.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
I do.
Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No. And Van, thank you so much for the resubscription. I really do appreciate it. If you do head back to work, I hope work treats you well. But yeah, thank you so much for popping by and for resubscribing. It's a matter of time before the story resets, James, but I'm not giving up this bucket. Alright, let's follow the adventure line, TM. Where are we going? We've got to make compromises sometimes. They can take the stickers off the bucket if they want, but I want to keep the bucket.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore
Is there another
of the
way out?
Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's
It was
such
not
a
in the
well
original
fleshed out
game.
character with so much personality that to
No.
me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't
You're
you
the one
agree?
that likes this one. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
Nope.
Surely you don't need me to spell it
Nope.
out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
I don't want to. It's just like, can I put something else in there? Can I like
Now
stop the
listen to me.
machine?
It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
No.
I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
Well, it's gonna do
Buckets
something.
is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
Well, I need to work it
I
out.
can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
No.
Well, you see, if you were to really explore the bucket destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits.
Well, let's have to
What
find a new
other
one.
object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I
Yes,
wonder
you
what
can.
sort of
The
bucket
broom closet is a
destroyer
very complex
merchandise
character.
The fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or
TM.
the bucket destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now. The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
There we go. Cool. I still got the bucket. It's a bucket that destroys things. The fans want the bucket. They want the bucket. We know what we're here for. We're here for Bucket Chan.
Bucket destroyer. My prized creation.
That's what you get. I'm
you
committed.
had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about
And you're
you.
destroying
All
of
it
buckets.
squandered now. Goodbye, new friend.
Bye.
For the moment in time that you were
See you
here,
later.
You were magnificent.
You like the funny accent? He just sounds kind of like overly posh British, doesn't he? He sounds like a graduate of a top university. Farewell, Bucket Destroyer. You can no longer trouble me. Right, we're back here again. Okay. Oh,
All of his
bucket.
co-workers, the confusion and the chaos, all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the
Ah, dog mode. Okay, we're back with the dog mode. So now we've got the bucket and the dog noises. Aren't you happy I've
Stanley
got
pressed
these
the
back?
bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
What have I missed? How could you not want dog mode? Give it back. Give it back. Now, there must be a way out. Oh, there we go. Door.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Next reset, click on Office 149's door 5 times. The broom ending. I haven't got a broom ending yet. Oh, there will be a reward for finding them. How can we find them? Hussein, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you're well and had a lovely, lovely stream today. Oh, I want to play Dave the Diver. Are you enjoying it? Did you have fun with it? And of course, welcome on in Raiders as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet.
Right, we're
simply
here.
because I have no remaining stickers. If I did,
Let me
you
just
can
crouch down
guarantee
here.
We'd be in here for hours.
Yeah, I've been really curious about the Dave the Diver. It's so much fun. It's so goofy. Oh, I should give it a go. I've been very tempted by it. Obviously, if you need to as well, make sure you get something to eat, something to drink. Make sure you look after yourself after your stream. If you need to go off and do anything, rest or anything like that, I entirely understand. But if you want to hang around, you are, of course, more than welcome. And, of course, welcome on in, everyone. We have been having a fun time. This is my first experience with any of the Stanley Parable games. And it's been a lot of fun. As you can see, I do have the bucket. I'm really enjoying it, though. Give in to the temptation, I'll definitely have to have a look again. And go and get that burger, absolutely, Lurk, all that you need to. So, I feel like something has to happen in here. But I guess now's not the time. Unless I leave and go back in. No? I have seen the broom closet, but I feel like something's meant to happen. I know there's another route we can do this way anyway, so I will do that for now. Because we can go down this way.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Whoop. We can do this bit
Stanley
again.
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe,
what's that
he thought to
noise?
himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned
Bucket,
its
am I
gaze,
crazy?
but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these.
What is that noise?
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone
It's not my
else's
bucket?
perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket?
It's the wrong
This is all
bucket.
terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of
Where's my
bizarre
bucket? I've lost it
hallucinations
now.
Stanley might experience without the psychologically
The
grounding
stickers were
presence of his
fake.
bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd.
It's very odd.
Now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious,
Ooh.
he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it?
You like this
I must
ending.
find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Bucket!
Could it truly?
Bucket!
He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one
Bucket,
bucket
bucket,
after the
bucket.
next. None of
Bucket.
them were his. None of them were his special
None of these are my
bucket.
bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
I'm
He
trying.
had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from.
It's you.
The real bucket was inside of him all along.
He was inside us all
It
along.
was incredibly painful.
Oh.
Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
We were the bucket all along.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, we're back here again. Do I have my bucket?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort
Do I
and
have my
security,
bucket?
and walked to her place of work.
She
But on
has
this
my
particular
bucket.
day, her walk was interrupted
Now it's
by
time
the
to be a
body of
crazy
man
psychopath
who
and
had
put your
stumbled
cup noodle
through
in a
town,
bowl filled with
talking and
rice.
screaming
I
to
mean, it'd be
himself,
very
and then
filling if you
collapsed
did
dead
that.
on the sidewalk.
And you can
Right
definitely do
away,
rices
she
with
knew
like
what
broths
the
in them,
problem
can't you?
was.
So why not?
This man had no bucket. Of
Oh, it's her
course
bucket.
he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How
The cup's
cruel
just a
was
serving
it,
suggestion.
and she hugged her own
Do I
bucket.
just need to go through the endings I went through before, but with the
She
bucket?
had no time for this.
Like story-wise. Because I can't, like I say, I can't stay up too late. But I want to get it all done as much as I can today. Hey there, Zaku, how are you doing?
Heck yes, she thought to
Yeah,
herself,
okay, cool.
My life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
She backflipped all the way to work. Good for you. Okay. You love this game. I am very much enjoying it. I've never experienced
All
it
of his
before.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I need all the
Perhaps he simply missed a
collectibles.
memo.
Ah, I see. Yeah, not like full story, but you know what I mean. Kind of like to get the best experience kind of thing.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his
Let's go
arms
to the
again,
meeting room
he
then
was
and find
home.
those locations. Let's find all those locations.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly.
Oh, I
to
can't
his
go back
chest
now.
and
5-2.
entered the
Okay,
door on his
4-2-5. You'll need to remind me. How many endings have I gotten so far? A good chunk of them, I think. Here we go. Missions. Here we go. Here we go. Large room, lots of boxes. Stairs, something to do with stairs. Somewhere both red and blue. A private but smelly place for an important person. Would you be willing to split the Stanley Parable over 2 streams? I would not. If there's enough to do an extra stream with it, then definitely. But I got very mixed results for how long the game is. But if you think it's going to take me another 2 to 3 hours to continue with it, I would not be against doing it for another stream instead. A private but smelly place for an important person. Ah, that's probably the boss's bathroom, isn't it? Okay. Some of the locations I've not seen yet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Well, I think this one makes sense. So I'm going to try and go in here. There we go.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands?
Mini stands sound good.
What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
What do you guys think? Do you think I can get another good 2 to 3 hours out of this? But I won't be able to continue playing it until next week just because this is new. I've got other things scheduled for the week at the moment. That's dreadful. You think so? It's enough for another stream, about 2 hours. This is new. Okay. If that's the case though, it's going to be up to you guys to help me remember what I've done already. Which means you have to come, you're obligated. Because it'll probably end up being next Tuesday. You've been keeping a list. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Because I have not. You're doubly obligated to come back next week if we cut off for now, though. This lift's going for a while. Hello? There we go, there we go. Oh, we didn't go anywhere. Let's try again. Okay. I'm not intending to 100% it, but if you guys are interested for an extra stream, then I'm not against doing that. But I'll probably need some assistance here and there if I am going to. Is that something you would like to see? Would you like to see all the different bits and bobs? Come on, narrator, get jamming. If that's something that a lot of you would be interested in. I think we're not going anywhere, are we? Okay. Well, we tried our best. Let's go back this way.
Stepping into his
You're up
office,
for it.
Stanley was once again stunned.
You definitely wouldn't
to
mind
discover
watching
not
that.
an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation,
Was that
Stanley
it?
may have broken down
That
into
wasn't
an
it.
emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours,
Was
did
that
the
it?
bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the
That
dark
wasn't it.
clouds of confusion and
2,
chaos.
5, 4.
It would be with him always.
Oh, I was so close. I had the right numbers. 2, 8.
The two of them
4,
were
5.
inseparable. At this point,
Okay.
Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
I had the right
Was it
numbers.
that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
All major endings you think are
This
worth
is
it.
certainly
How
the
many
most
more
logical
major endings do I have to do? And how long do you think they would take? Down we go. You don't have an exact number? That's fair.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door.
Right, I've already done that. We'll go this way.
Mind control facility.
Go back up the elevator. Can you do that? Whoop. Oh, you can do that. You have 23 endings and Easter eggs combined left.
Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up?
That's
when
a
I
lot.
was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
The number 3?
The bucket said nothing.
The bucket says everything. Ding, 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 dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Oh! Hello? Hello? Okay. Whoop. It looked very different with the lighting
Stanley.
there.
Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
There's bucket versions of most
Stanley
endings.
looked
I
expectantly
see.
at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
If I keep on pressing this, is something going to happen? Beep, beep, beep. Well, we'll get to the end of whatever ending we're doing, and then we can decide what we're doing, shall we? Because I'm not against coming back to this. It's just down to how long coming back to this will take. Because I will need to think about winding down for bed in the next, I want to say half an hour or so. Because unfortunately I have work. If I didn't, I would stay up as long as it took. But it was like I was Googling it around and I was getting very inconclusive answers about like how long it takes to do this game. Stinky work, exactly, very stinky. I agree. Whoop. Which is why I normally maintain streams to about 3 or 4 hours, so I know I'll get into bed in time. Now, am I wasting my time here? I won't count this as a spoiler. But I also wouldn't put it past this game to make me do this like 100 times. I'm wasting my time. Okay, back to the elevator. Whoop! Nothing happens. There's so many situations where you want to keep on trying and it's just a trick.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Oh, I'm sure work will
A
understand,
hint of
definitely.
regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind.
Go back up again.
Should
Okay,
he
cool.
demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again? No, 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 said Stanley to the bucket.
No, 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 no,
on
bucket.
Yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means
It's
to
my
me.
favourite number,
you and
bucket.
I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness
Can you
I
see
feel.
what I see?
He smiled at the bucket.
I love the
And the
number
bucket said
3, see? It's my favourite number. This is different if you do it without the bucket. I can, yeah, probably. So I guess at some point I'll need to not pick up the bucket. Hyper, we're going to
Here we
need
go,
you
said
if I
Stanley.
continue this because I
This
will not
time
remember.
I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all.
This bucket's
Only
getting very
silence.
rude.
Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned.
Come
to
on,
the
bucket.
elevator.
We'll come back. Don't worry, bucket. Whoop. Back down.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there
We gotta
must be
make
a
them
way to get
understand.
through
We
to the
need them to
bucket,
understand about the
communicate
number
fully
3.
with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
The elevator up and down is entirely new to Deluxe. I see. We're going again. Come on, Bucket. Do I need to leave the elevator for it to count? I guess we'll find out in a second. Here we go. No, we don't.
I know
Cool.
what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's.
I feel like this ride's taking a bit longer than last time. This looks different. Oh, is this our press conference? Okay.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press
All
conference,
eyes on
building
Stanley live on
excitement around it,
stage.
developing and rehearsing
World's
it until
healthiest
it couldn't
human
be
being. All
refined
tricks
a
revealed.
single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Stage door. Come on in, Bucket. 427 333.
One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection
Oh, Superbliminal. I really enjoyed that game, but boy did it mess with my motion sickness. I nearly threw up several times playing that game. We played it on one of my was it my birthday stream? It was on one of my like 12-hour streams. And I really enjoyed it, but I'm very prone to motion sickness, and it really got to my motion sickness, that game, like big time. I had to take a few breaks from it because I was like, huh?
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak.
It's okay, James. I've been like that for a while. I get so easily motion sick. You're the same, Crimson. Okay, I'm ready.
Uninteresting, he was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously.
Aww.
There would be no connection, no deeper understanding.
No understanding.
The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years...
Oh, what it really means to press the number 3 on the keypad over and over.
They spoke less and less.
Hey there, Callie. Thank you so much for the raid, and welcome on in, Raiders. Were you enjoying your Mega Man today? Did you have a good time?
There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit. Only a
Hello there, Jay. Welcome on in. Obviously, Callie, if you need to, I hope you can hear me okay over this narrator. Make sure you get something to eat or drink, or look after yourself. Do whatever you need after your stream. If you want to hang around, you're of course more than welcome to. But if you need to go and do anything, yourself and your raiders alike, I entirely understand. We're just doing our first ever experience of any of the Stanley Parables, and we're having an amazing time. But welcome on in, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed your stream, Callie. Right, because of the raid, we'll do one more round, shall we? Before we think about wrapping up for the night. So we're going to go back out, and it was 425 was the door we needed to rattle, wasn't it?
Finally, this is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
430. Let me go back.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
I've done 20 now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause.
Achievement!
Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes,
okay.
Almost certainly 50 clicks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Oh!
I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some
was a valiant
hustle,
effort.
Stanley. I want to see commitment. A
I'm
willingness
committed.
to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417, okay. You can't count that far. What is this achievement? Is it really complicated? 417.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437, okay. Wait. Where is that door? Did you trick me? There isn't a 437. Wait. Oh, it's a good thing you brought up... Oh, there it is. It's a good thing you brought up photo. I was about to get very evil. Look out the way, door.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Okay, 415. 415. 415. 415. 415.
Now, back to door number 437.
We're going! Okay, 437. I'll be back for you, Bucket. Don't worry about it. Oop. 43. 43. Wait, here we go.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Copy machine.
All right, back to room 417. I'm
Let's
really
go.
feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
We're getting somewhere. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
I can't climb though, but I'm here. I can't jump. Oop. Oop. Yep. How do I climb? This is even different with the bucket. How do I climb?
Yes!
Oh, there you go.
This is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. Go! Oop.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
I'm going. Where's the copy machine? It was over this way. Copy machine. Copy machine.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it!
Click on 5305 times.
Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come
so far,
Just
and
think,
thank you for
only
the
a few
follow.
minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks.
Woo!
Really? What were you thinking?
I deserve it. I did good. That was so silly. Hey there, Strikes. How you doing? Let me grab my bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
That was something. This game is so silly.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
So we're going to go back through here. I'm going to skip through this.
Turned out to be correct.
There's an Easter egg you want to show me.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left.
No. I'm going this way. Because I've gone through the left. I want to go this way.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Okay.
The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Good, said the bucket. Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Was I meant to get something there? Was I too slow?
Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer back.
Let's go, Bucket.
Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly.
Oh, so we stay there as it moves away from
To
us.
the meeting room. but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
Let's give that
telling
one a
him
go.
that the employee
I keep on
lounge
saying
was
I should
simply
wrap up for the
place
night,
to
but I'm getting
be.
too caught up in this.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
The bucket was wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left.
No, I don't.
To go back to the meeting room.
I'm going back this way.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes.
Oh, well, look who's got cold
Bye.
feet. Well, from here, it looks like the only way forward is down.
Okay.
Since the lift won't be coming back, but that's okay. You've got a bucket.
I do have
you
a
know
bucket.
That buckets are routinely used as cushioning devices.
Are they?
It's true. You can fall on a bucket from literally any height and survive.
Okay, I'll try and aim for those boxes as well. Ooh.
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
Big narrator. On sale during September. That's true, it is September, isn't it?
All of his co-workers were gone. Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
There we go, dog mode.
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage
One of these
Stanley's
strike all
grip.
next
Stanley
time.
clutched the bucket tightly
How
to his
difficult
chest,
is it to get it?
entered the door on his left.
If it's something I can do now and it's not too complicated, then I'll say let's do it now and wrap it up there. Otherwise, I'll go through whatever the next leap happens to be. Do 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 do. Mind control facility. Okay, we'll go back to the mind control facility. Follow the narrator. Cool. Yep. Yep.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
It's a perfect wrap up. I'll do it properly. I won't hide in the
Coming
closet.
to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
I will
Even
remember
now,
this
In
eventually.
its darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds
I'm
of
always so
confusion
close
again?
and yet
But
so
Stanley
far.
guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes,
I don't think we've
this
gone
is
through the
certainly
mind
most
control
logical
facility with the
explanation.
bucket, have we? I might be wrong. I don't know. I can't remember if we have. I've gotten a bit lost, I'll be honest with you. I do not know. I'm very lost. I know we got to the bucket shredding machine. But I think that was going down the lift, wasn't it? That was a different lift. I don't know if we've gone through this bit with the bucket. I guess we'll find out in a second.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control
We've done the escape
Facility.
route. We've done the escape route. I don't think we've done this route with the bucket.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Okay.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Here we go.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was
Stop at
being
the final
videotaped,
elevator. Okay.
monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears.
Don't
as
cry,
Stanley
Bucket.
cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
It's okay, Bucket. You'll be fine. Wait for 30 seconds. Okay. Yeah, this is the right way. Ba, 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 ba. Come on, Bucket. And we're going to stand
Was
right
the
here.
bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds
Bucket,
of
who's
things
doing
does
this
a
to
bucket
you?
want to do or not want to do in the first place?
The bucket just wants to live. The bucket wants to chill. The bucket just wants to exist in peace. We're here for peace. So we're just going to sit here. We're just going to sit over here because we're not here about this life. The bucket just wants to live. I will bark from the deepest depths of my heart for this bucket. Bucket! I love you, Bucket. A little backtrack to the first button in this room. What do I need to go back? Hey there, Fear. How's everything going? I know you were off travelling, weren't you? I'm okay though. I hope you're doing good. Oop. Okay. Hello. Ooh! Never give up on your dreams. My ugly bucket, fear you. Ba, 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 ba. Da, 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 da. It's so silly. Do we just move on from this? Is this just a bit of a silly? Bam, ba, dam, ba, dam, ba. Bam, ba, dam, ba, dam, bam, 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 ba, dam, ba, dam, ba. Carry on when I'm ready. It goes for 3 minutes and then repeat. Come on then. I'm sorry for the motion sickness. Come on then, let's go.
His own life in some
partying in the lift.
Never. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one.
Sonic 06 is back on Thursday, fear you. It's back on Thursday. The narrator just doesn't know how to party. What's this? Where am I? Where am I? Oh yeah.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content.
So 1, 2.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good.
He's a bit like that at the moment, isn't he?
Friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Yeah, man. The bucket's an anarchist. Let's go.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness.
Come on, bucket. We can do this. Come on, bucket.
Yes!
Bucket, we're free!
Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine.
We don't need the man, we just need each other.
Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door.
We'll find a really nice house with a big garden so you can run around, bucket, because I know you love to run around in the morning.
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
Why not, bucket?
It was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
It's the true ending with our bucket.
What?
Come on,
Wait.
bucket.
What was happening?
Oh.
Why had the door stopped?
Bucket.
Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
But look at the sky.
An
I can see
unbearable
it.
silence filled the room,
Bucket.
lingering in uncertainty.
Bucket.
Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No!
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place.
But Bucket...
Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket.
At least I have my bucket.
To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket
We had
with
so
me,
many
right?
dreams of
I'll
our
be okay,
bucket.
won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Just trapped for eternity of our bucket. Okay, so what I'm going to do is... I'm guessing it auto-saves. Because there isn't a save option. Am I right to say it's auto-saved? Before I quit out of it and just lose everything. As of right now, I intend to continue, but I'll probably put a poll up over on Twitter and on the Discord, just to make sure that's something people are wanting to see. So make sure you're following me on the Twitter or you're on the Discord server. On Twitter, it's TofuuRabbit like it is here. The Discord server has been posting every so often and it's also below the stream. If enough people reply to that saying they want more of this, we will do more of this. But I am very much enjoying it. I'm loving this. It's so funny. It's so funny. And Third J, thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. Hey there for you. What's up? You doing good? I'm silly. I'm hyperactive because of this game. I'll tell you that much. It's so hot, isn't it, Connor? I know. Let me pop on over to this screen. You're glad you're enjoying it. It's one of your favourites. I'm loving it. I thought I would really enjoy it, right? I was already expecting to enjoy it, but I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would have. It's so silly, but in the best of ways. How am I surviving? I am boiling hot, but I do have my window open and I do have my fan on. No one's mentioned about the sound sounding weird, so it should be okay. It's meant to be cooling down from this point where I am, though, so it should hopefully be okay at this point, but we'll see what happens. It's X now. I'm not calling it X. It's Twitter. Oh, you're nude with a fan on. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, I do not blame you, but I unfortunately do need to wrap up there. And not because I want to, but because I do have work tomorrow and I will regret it if I don't. So, we need to find someone to say hello to. Let me see who's around quickly. I do have an easy option, which I'm sure a lot of you will be going over to anyway. But let me just see who's around in case there's anything else that looks interesting. So I've been trying to meet some new people. Let me have a quick scan. If not, we're going to say hello to Buki. Exactly, Connor. Let's just say hello to Buki, shall we? Let's just say hello to Buki. So, let me get this raid going. Thank you for the stream. Well, thank you for joining me. I had a lovely, lovely time. I've been feeling a lot more like myself today, so I definitely had a good one. I'll get this raid underway. Obviously, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to wrap it up a bit faster than usual just because it is getting a bit late for me. But thank you for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. I had an awful lot of fun. I do aim to do this more in the future, but like I said, I'll probably get a poll up or something to see what people are thinking. Beyond that, stay hydrated, eat your snacks, and take care of yourselves. Even more stay hydrated in this heat that's been going on. Be sure to take care. My next stream is on Thursday at 7 PM BST with more of Sonic 06 and the almighty jank that game brings. So I would love to see you there if you can pop by, but if not, I entirely understand. And lastly, because I know we have had some new faces, if you're interested in notifications and schedules for my streams, the best places for those will either be my Twitter, TikTok, or Discord. The username's just popped up there. It's TofuuRabbit, the same it is here. If you're interested in the Discord, it's underneath the stream. I will also quickly post it here just in case anyone's curious. And we also have a movie night going on Saturday on that Discord server that all members are welcome to. So no pressure, Just putting it out there because there's been some new faces today. Hopefully I can see you all in the future. And there is our raid message, Tofu Raid. If you do not have the emotes, don't worry at all. Just Tofu Raid does the same trick. And thank you so much for resubscribing. I really do appreciate it. But let's go show Buki lots of love, and I will see you on Thursday, hopefully. Have a good one, and I will see you later. Good night, goodbye. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Toodles!